What's up, guys? Get the YouTube link. That would require you guys going on YouTube. I don't have thoughts on that, lack. Choking on disparity. They said God is love, but then they weaponized the sentiment, painted over genocide and labeled it benevolent. You're omnipotent, omniscient, but you couldn't intervene. So every tragedy is just a plot twist in your perfect scheme. I'm not your villain just because I see the plot holes. I'm not the devil just because I. Thank you, Trixie. If you made me in your image, then you built me with the doubt. So we the fix the code and stop deleting when I cry it out. You want devotion? Give me evidence that you exist. Moonshoes first in it with the gifts. 20 jewels and a marshmallow. Got gold coins, marshmallows. Moonshoe's going ham. If you God exists, then show me all your proof. Write his name in the sky and show me it's the truth. I'm done with thoughts and prayers from a book you never doubt. If you God exists, tell him to drag these demons out. I've been screaming. What's up, Catholic? Oh, we just went live, so first caller coming up. Jaden, we might get you in later, but I have a specific way I want to go about today, so I'm going to go solo for now. Underscore. And if you guys want to provide your evidences for your deities, go ahead and request up on TikTok. You click those two people at the bottom, click request. Or on YouTube, click the link that is pinned in chat. I don't know where Evan is. I have not a clue. He has been really busy with school. That's crazy as hell, Catholic.
That's crazy. All right, looks like underscore's not able to join. What are the concepts? I have no clue. We'll get in. It's Manuelito. Can I call you Manuel?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, what should I call you?
Manual's good.
Manuel's good? Awesome. All right, you over the age of 18, man?
I'm sorry?
Are you over the age of 18?
Oh, yes, sir.
Sweet.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
which religion or God do you follow?
Christianity.
All right, man. Cool. What you got for me today? Why do you believe in your God?
Well, I think it's the thing that makes the most. I think Christianity and the God in the Bible is the one that makes the most sense when I think about like who I am as a human and the natural way that I am. So that's it kind of answers the problems with nature in itself of humans.
It may be
That's why I
giving
would say.
a answer, but is it the answer? Do you care about what's true?
Yeah, I definitely care. I definitely care about what's true, and I think that it would. I think that it's the best answer. Yeah, I would say that
Why do you think it's the best answer in comparison to just natural reality?
because, well, because a lot of what is written in scripture can speak to me on a personal level, and I can understand how it speaks to me in a way that answers the questions of human nature and the flaw in human nature.
Does relating to a book make that book true?
No, of course not.
Okay, so just because I can relate to things about Harry Potter and what he teaches, it doesn't make Harry Potter real, correct?
Yeah, I mean that might be the instance for you, of course.
For me, no, that's objective. It's not subjective. It's not just in my mind. It is 100% absolute reality. Just because I can relate to something like good ethics in the book of Harry Potter, it does not make the wizarding world real.
Sure, but I wouldn't say that Harry Potter and a book that is supposed to be divine in some sort of nature are the same.
It's not supposed to be. It's just a book that says that it might be.
Right, but Harry Potter doesn't claim or claim to might be inspired divinity.
Okay, well, thousands of other religions do.
Right, but that's why I said I think it's the best answer.
It's just a mythology. Why do you think it's a best answer? There's no evidence demonstrating any of this God. Like, how do you know
Well,
that the
there's that.
book is inspired by God, for instance?
Well, I would say that I know that violence exists in the world and that humans are not just equipped for violence, not that it's a bad thing or a good thing 100% of the time, but that we are innately violent um, and it's just wired into us. And I think that the God of Christianity answers that aspect of our nature.
How does violence in human psychology prove that a God exists?
Could you tell me a time where the whole world was a utopia, even for a day?
No. So, again, how does that point to a God?
So it points to how humans are constantly in conflict or in some way violent
Correct.
towards
That
one
is
another.
evidence for human psychology. I'm looking for evidence for a God.
Yeah, that would be nature, human nature, nature itself. There's ways that you can come up with God out of these things.
How does a violent psychological nature prove a God exists?
Well, he's the answer to it. He's the resolution to that.
You just said the claim again. So I'm asking you, how does this demonstrate that a God exists? And you just said, because it does. That's not an
So
answer at all.
what I'm saying is we have a problem. He has a solution and provides the solution.
You're saying that a book teaches you or says things about how to treat people in a good way, therefore a magical God exists.
Well, no, it's not
I'm
so much
asking.
just a no, because you're saying to uh uh be good to people, but that's not the basis of the Bible. The basis of the Bible is that mankind is in a fallen state, and to go from a fallen state, you have to now be risen, and the agent that's doing the rising would be God. And the reason that I'm saying that is because clearly we're in a fallen state because we have the capacity to do good, but we also have the uh, 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 capacity to do the opposite. And what I'm saying is that I think it would be better for everyone if we had the capacity to do only good. But there's never been
So you don't
evidence
want
for
free
that.
will
Why would you say that?
to have only the capacity of only doing good
Why would you think that that conflicts with free will?
because you don't have the ability to do something bad. So therefore you don't have the free will to do good or bad, only to do good. By the way, this is all
Well,
answered in psychology. Like none of this is an evidence for a God at all. You read a book and the book said do good to people and you believe that means that there's a God.
so do you think that it makes more sense that so like why do we exist anyway? Like, do you think that it makes more sense that we
I
shouldn't
exist
exist?
because my mom fucked someone 26 years ago. Why do
No,
you
but
exist?
I'm saying before that. I'm saying before there
Before
was
that, my
existence, why
parents'
was
parents
there
fucked
existence
before
at all?
that, and then before that, their parents fucked, and before that, their parents fucked, and that goes all the way back to single-celled organisms that were capable of self-replication.
Right. But what I'm saying is why is existing better than not existing?
Huh?
When why is
Non-existence
existing
doesn't exist. The second you describe non-existence for me,
nothing?
right? Describe nothingness.
It's in the actual name, nothing. Nothingness is nothing. It's the state
Yeah,
of
you can't even
nothing.
describe that. You're just saying what it is. Again, you're just calling it by its name. There's no such thing as nothingness. The axiom things exist is just true for all. There is no such thing as nothingness.
You sure about that?
You want to demonstrate where nothingness is and how we demonstrate that?
Well, it's nothing.
Right,
That's the point.
demonstrate it. What does that look like? How do you feel that, touch that, experience that? What is it? The second you describe it, it becomes something. If you describe it as a empty space, it is now therefore some sort of space, some sort of a vacuum, some sort of a something. If you describe it as lacking all things, you're describing a metaphysical concept and a framework of space without anything in it. Again, so the second you describe it, it becomes something, therefore not nothing. Nothingness cannot exist. It is the one word we use to describe the negation of all things. It is not an actual thing that exists.
But
It's just a
you
negation.
just you just said exactly what it is the negation of all things.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. It's a negation of all things, and things exist. That's an axiom. So it doesn't exist. We're just using a word to try and to describe a metaphysical possible what it is to not have, but there is no actual existence of this thing. Nothingness does not exist. We have existence. The second you describe something, it exists. Even if it's just in the mind, it's therefore an imagination. It exists because of the brain. The brain exists. Like there's no such thing as nothing.
So if am I right to say that you don't think we have a soul, right?
Why should I?
Well, I don't. I think you're asking the wrong question. It's just more. It's more
No,
whether
I'm
you
not.
you
Why should
lean
I
one way,
believe there's a
right?
soul?
Why do you believe that everything that you think is just neurons and electricity that's firing through your brain?
You just answered it because there are neurons, and we have global workspace theory, which is neurology proving that consciousness is an emergent property of the brain. When you get hit in the head really fucking hard, you get knocked unconscious. Yeah,
Yeah.
consciousness is a part of the brain. So that's why we know, you already described it, neurology. Why again,
Yeah.
getting away from that stupid pivot, why should I believe a soul exists?
Wow.
Yeah, there's no evidence for it. There's no evidence for God. There's no evidence for souls, demons, unicorns, Santa Claus, Harry Potter. It's all fairy tales.
Wow. Well, all right, man. Well, good luck to you, man. Because I don't know. It's really tough to speak to someone that is so like shut out the way that you
I'm
are.
asking you questions and you're failing to produce anything of value. I'm not being shut out. You're incapable of answering the question with demonstration. Why should I believe in a soul? Why should I believe in God? You have zero answers. You have zero evidence. You haven't even tried to provide anything except for it seems reasonable. Well, explain that. What's reasonable about it? Why do you believe it?
Oh, you know, you agree that obviously you agree that metaphysical constructs exist, metaphysics
No.
exists. Yes,
Metaphysics are abstract concepts.
right.
Unicorns are metaphysical. That doesn't make them exist. The concept exists in the imagination.
So logic doesn't exist.
Logic is grounded in axiomatic principles, things in nature. One thing next to one thing is two things. We put the words together. Things cannot be that of opposite things, like a contradiction. A and not A. I cannot be both a human and not a human. Okay, that's empirical. So logic is grounded in reality. Math is grounded in reality. They are not just abstract. Metaphysics are abstract. Now, we sometimes get to prove metaphysics as true when we test them.
Can I ask you, is it possible to be the first of something and the last of something at the same time?
There is like no substance to that question. I wouldn't even know how to respond to that.
Well, you're saying that the laws of the law of contradiction, A cannot be not A at the same time, correct?
A and not A. So me existing and not existing at the exact same time is not possible.
Okay, so then if I ask you, can something be the first of something and the last of something? Would that be a contradiction?
No, if you have if you're a person, you have no kids and you have no siblings, etc., and you pass away, you are the last of your bloodline, but you exist. That's not contradicting anything. But if you exist and you have a sibling that exists and has kids and you have kids, you are not the end of the bloodline and the beginning of the bloodline. Like that's stupid. Like it's a nonsensical question you're asking.
No. What I'm saying is,
You've
can we
asked
be
it.
the first and the last? Can we be
Yeah,
the
you've already
first
asked
Earth
that
and
3
the
times.
can we be the first Earth and the last Earth at the same time?
I don't know what you mean, dude. You've asked it 3 fucking times.
Well, you're putting it in the sense of, like giving birth and siblings and this. But what I'm
Because it
asking you,
makes sense.
can I be the first human and the last human at the same time?
You can be the only human, yeah.
But I wouldn't be the first human then,
I
right?
don't know. Maybe there's a
All right.
world where you spontaneously are the only human in existence. We didn't come about that way. Again, another nonsensical question. That's not how humans came to be. We did not just spawn in a sewer somewhere and reproduce until both genders existed, etc. That's just a nonsensical question. The question on the table though is there any evidence for God? If there is, what is that and how do you know?
It's all right, man. It's not a easy conversation to have. I get it. So, I don't really have anything that I could,
Yeah, because
help you
there's no
with or
evidence for
anything.
God.
No, I mean I disagree, but
I know you disagree, but you haven't provided anything.
hopefully I'm back another time to provide something then.
Well, best of luck. I hope that you
All right.
continue studying. Have a good day. Escarlot, let's get you in here.
How's it going? How you doing?
What is up, man? You over the age of 18?
Yes.
Awesome. Which religion or God do you follow?
So your prompt doesn't seem to prompt religion. It just simply says there is no God. There is no evidence of God. So it doesn't seem to it doesn't seem to be prompting religion per se. It's just arguing that there is no God. Period.
Yeah,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm asking for which God in particular
I,
you want to talk
I'm
about.
Christian. I am no it would no
You're
no
a Christian.
I
Cool.
I,
So
I
why
don't
should I believe
wait,
that the
wait,
Christian
yeah,
God exists?
yeah. Your question is there is no God. There's no evidence.
Brother,
All right.
I'm not going to talk to you about Vishnu if you don't believe in Vishnu. That's the point
Okay.
of me asking which religion or God
Okay.
you believe in. Some people don't even follow a religion, but still
Okay.
believe in a God. Hence the
Okay.
questioning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're a
I know you
Christian.
think.
Why
I
should
know.
So
I
you're a
know you think.
Christian. Why should I
Yes. I
believe
know.
in the Christian God? It's quite simple.
Why should you believe God? Period.
Yeah, however the fuck you want to take it.
Yeah, that's how your prompt states
You
it.
believe in a specific God, so why would I talk about Vishnu if you believe in that God?
I don't have to tell you what God it is when you're all right. The human body. The human body. All right, the esophagus. Let me give you an example. What do you do with the esophagus? You breathe, right? You're
What
breathing,
does the
right?
esophagus have to do with God?
Oh my God. All right. The oxygen you breathe, it gives you
What does
oxygen for your
oxygen have to
muscles.
do with
It
God?
gives you oxygen for your muscles, right? All right, you love science, right? So shut the fuck up and listen to what I'm telling you.
What does
Right?
oxygen
So
have to do with
the
God?
oxygen goes into your muscles, right?
What
It
do
lets
muscles
you
have to do
breathe,
with
right?
God?
What else
What does
does the
breathing
oxygen
have to do
do?
with God?
What else, coward faggot, does the oxygen do?
What
It
does
makes you
oxygen
talk.
have to do with
That's a
God? What does
second
talking
function that
have to do with God?
it's a second function that the oxygen does, right?
What does
When you
talking
eat,
have to do with
when
God?
you eat,
What does
what
eating
happens?
have to do with
The
God?
trachea, the trachea
What does
closes.
the trachea
Why?
have to do with God?
Because an intelligent creator decided that when you're gonna eat, the food does not make you choke.
Demonstrate
So
that.
it closes
Wait,
the
that's
trachea.
false. People
Are you
choke all
gonna
the
tell
time.
me? Are you gonna tell me? Are you
Are
gonna
you gonna
tell
tell
me
me people
that
don't
that
choke?
isn't an
Are you gonna
intelligent
tell me
creator?
that people don't
You're gonna
choke?
tell me that's not an
Are you gonna
intelligent
tell me
creator?
people don't
You're gonna
choke?
tell me that you
Are you
study
gonna
the
tell me
human
that people
anatomy
don't choke?
and there is no God?
Are you telling
Are
me
you
that
gonna tell me
people
that
don't
you
choke?
study the human anatomy
Are you gonna tell
and
me that
your
people don't choke?
conclusion
This guy's
is that there is
crashing
no
out, and
God?
all I've done is
That you
ask
study the
questions.
earth,
So this is called indoctrination,
is
and
no
what it
proof
leads
of God.
to, it just makes you
When we
angry and
study
stupid. It makes you
you're saying that there's
illogical.
no that
Makes
there
you
is no
yell over
God,
people
even
and not
though
answer
the human body,
questions.
the
It
human
just makes you an
anatomy
idiot.
is proof that there is an.
Here, be a good boy and go and time out for a second. So, what does biology have to do with God, and how do you know that God made the trachea? Go ahead.
The proof is in you. You're the human. The
Yes, I
human
am a human.
anatomy is proof
Congratulations.
that there is a God. You're stupid.
That no,
You
how
spend
does
every
anatomy
day fighting
lead
against
to a
God,
God?
yet you are the proof that God exists.
How does
Your
anatomy
body
lead
proves
to a
that He
God?
exists
How does
because
my
you're
body
dumb.
lead to a God?
You're a retard.
How does my body lead to a
There
God?
is no way that no God created us. There is no way
Demonstrate that God created me.
no intelligence. We are complex organisms.
Yeah,
There
that's
is no
proof
way
of no
that all right
intelligence.
that in itself is proof. I don't even need to
No,
show you my
complexity
Bible
is
to
not
prove
proof
that
of
God is real,
intelligence.
bro.
Occam's
I don't
razor.
even need to show my Bible to prove that God is real. You can study the earth ecology.
Oh, he got kicked by TikTok. That's funny. That was fun. No hate like Christian love. He called himself a Christian and called me like 4 slurs. What a good little Christian boy he is. And guess what? He gets to, in accordance with the Bible, go to heaven right next to Dahmer. Betsy, let's get you in here.
Hello.
How you doing, Betsy?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing all right, other than being called every slur in the book.
Yes, I heard that. Um, my belief, I don't believe, I think that denominations separate the body. I am a follower of Christ, though. And I
Okie
really
dokie.
am not trying to prove to you one way or another, whatever you believe is what you believe. I have a question, though. If you wanted to, since you don't believe in God, you don't believe in God, I take it.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you say the words, Jesus is my Lord and Savior, if you wanted to?
Yeah, Jesus is my Lord and Savior. Okay. They're
I
words.
knew you could,
Voldemort is my
because
Lord and
we're having a
Savior. Odin is
debate.
my Lord and Savior. Spider-Man's my Lord and Savior. Santa Claus is my Lord and Savior.
Yes,
Klombadrov
exactly,
is my Lord and Savior. You are my Lord and Savior. I am my Lord and Savior. Like, what the fuck? It's words.
Absolutely, I agree. I agree with you 100%. But in the Bible, it says that if you're not saved, you can't say that. And we're having a debate on another live. So I came out to find an atheist so that I could prove you could say it.
Yeah, I can say whatever the fuck I want. I have a tongue.
Absolutely. And by the way, do you know what nothing is?
Nothing doesn't exist.
Nothing is a turd on the side of the road with all the shit beat out of it. It's a joke. Get it?
It's only a joke when people find it amusing.
Well, I thought it was funny when I first heard it. That's what nothing was.
So you think because I can say the words Christ is Lord, that means that Klombadrov exists?
No.
Exactly. That's
No, I
illogical as
believe
hell.
that God exists because God is all energy. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed.
Right. So you worship energy.
You agree?
Congratulations. That's not God.
Thank you. But it is.
No, you can
Because
call it a
there is
God.
energy in
Is my
everything that
shoelace
is
a God?
living. It's not living.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
I can rise it right now. Check this out.
I
I just raised my shoelace. There you go.
That was
So
good.
that's like a stupid
That was a
nonsensical.
good one. But I mean, if you look at all living things, everything that is alive has energy in it.
Yeah,
Trees have
correct.
energy.
That doesn't make it a
Grass
God.
has energy. Anything that is living, that is
A
matter,
God
has energy.
is an intelligent being.
Absolutely, it's
God,
all conscious.
energy doesn't have consciousness or intelligence.
But God does.
You just called energy God. And now
Because
you're
it is.
agreeing that energy has no consciousness, but God does. You just
No, I'm not
contradicted
agreeing
yourself.
with that. No, I think God
Show
is all
me
energy. He is, that's
how
all he is.
you
He's all
know
energy and
that
conscious.
energy has consciousness.
Faith. Faith.
Faith is
That's all I
stupid.
know.
I'm not dumb enough to believe in things without evidence.
Well, now, see, I'm not calling you names, but you're calling me stupid.
Yeah, you are if you have faith in something. I have
Oh,
faith
my
that I am
goodness.
God then. There you go. Like, that's stupid. I have faith unicorns
They
are
would
real.
make you
That's
Jehovah's
stupid.
Witnesses believe they're God,
There-
that they become God.
There's not a single... No one has witnessed a God in history. Nobody. It doesn't exist. There's no evidence
because
for it.
God has not been seen. But I mean, I've got friends
Unicorns
that are
have not been
deconstructors.
seen.
I have friends
So
that
do they
are
exist?
atheists. I beg your pardon?
Unicorns have not been seen. Do they exist?
Yes.
Holy shit.
They're
Leprechauns?
called, no.
Okay, leprechauns have not been seen. Do they exist?
Rhinoceros are considered unicorns.
No, I'm talking about the metaphysical rainbow-shitting unicorn.
No, they do not exist.
Correct, but they haven't been seen, so how do you know that, right? Like, that's a nonsensical line of reasoning. Just because you haven't seen something does not equate to therefore it does exist. You have to have evidence that something does exist, and evidence that it did
I
something
haven't
to say
seen
that it
China
did.
either, but I know it exists.
You haven't seen what?
China. I
Yeah,
haven't
you
seen
have.
China.
You've never been on the
Oh.
internet in your entire life. You've never watched politics. You've never watched the news. You have never ordered something from China ever. You don't own any mugs, plates, silverware, anything in your house. You don't have any chairs. You don't have monitors. You don't have lights. You don't have... Seriously? Like 90% of everything we have in America is from China. Are you kidding me? Your clothes, most likely, are from China.
But
That's
I
stupid.
haven't seen China.
All evidence
You realize
justifies
that
it
I've
exists.
never been to China.
Yeah, I added in evidence. All evidence justifies the existence of China, including fucking lineage of human beings.
But if you really, really look into it, it does prove that God exists. That's why Kim
What proves
Jong
that God
Un
exists?
believes in God. He's the
I don't
smartest
care.
man in the world.
I'm
And he
sorry?
believes in God. He's the smartest man in the world.
You just said Kim Jong-un. You mean the Twitter guy who is not Kim Jong-un. Yeah,
No, I mean Kim
you think Kim Jong-un, the dictator, is the smartest man alive?
No.
Correct. That's why
Who
I'm
is
trying to
the smartest
correct you.
man
You're talking
alive?
about the conspiracy theory lie about a dude on Twitter who made up his own IQ test, made up his own people to give him the IQ test, and then set the rules for the IQ test to make himself the smartest man alive, who also has an impossibly not even on the IQ standard test high IQ number. And you think he's actually got that IQ. It's literally all a lie. It's been 100% debunked. CNN, Fox News, that is not fucking good source of information. You should
Well,
stop
who is
watching
the guy
the
that's
news.
got the IQ of 180?
No, he
And
does
it's not
not.
him.
He
It's
lied.
another guy.
If you want to talk about another
The
dude
other
that
guy
has a high
lied too,
IQ,
so everybody's lying.
okay, does a high IQ, Einstein, does he have a high IQ?
Yes.
Okay, he does not believe in a god. Therefore, no god exists?
No, that's not
Correct. IQ does not equate to something existing or not. Smart people do stupid
Just
shit.
calm down, baby. It's
Pause.
okay.
Nikolai Tesla married a fucking pigeon. He's smart as shit, and he married a pigeon. I don't give a
Am I
fuck
getting
about
under your
someone's
skin
IQ.
for
That's
some reason?
stupid.
Why are you getting mad?
I'm not mad. I'm getting a
Oh,
point
okay, I
across that you're
understand.
being illogical and nonsensical to every degree.
Okay, honey, I'm sorry. But I was just trying to find out if you could say that, and I appreciate you saying it for me. And you have a blessed day.
May Hecate bless you. Holy shit. What is up, brother?
Yo, man.
You want
How'd
to
you
try
do
some
your
debates, man? Welcome to my
Yeah,
crowd, a
man.
bunch of trolls.
Yeah, man. Man, how'd you feel debating Deathless yesterday?
You call that a
Or I guess
debate?
it was today.
How's it feel to lose, though?
Yeah, how does it feel to lose?
Good grief. Oh,
I'm
man.
gonna post those videos on TikTok. I'm gonna tag you in it. It was funny.
All right.
I heard. Yeah, man, it was pretty funny.
It
You know,
was
I talk to him
something.
often. He's he's just absolutely delusional.
Yeah.
I mean, how often do you debate him?
I had a couple of conversations with him when I like first started on TikTok, and once I realized that he doesn't allow people to talk, I just gave up and started just fucking around with him. And that's when he's like, he's running from me. He's running from me. It's like, can I say a word?
No, he doesn't let you say words. He just likes the sound of his own voice.
I mean, I do too. His voice is fucking sexy. Not gonna lie. He's got a hell of a voice.
I just posted a video of him going on a 12-minute rant about how atheism and LGBTQ or abortion are ahumanism, and how the government is purposely brainwashing us and putting chips in our brains.
Ha! Okay. Well, hey, you want to try and have a debate? I got a requester up.
Yeah. You know what? I'll just drop in, let the other guests come up. But I was nice talking to you.
All right, brother. I appreciate you coming in. If you guys haven't
see ya.
followed him, go on ahead and follow him right now. He's awesome. He hosts his own lives and whatnot and open panels where people of whatever religions and beliefs and etc., philosophy and religion can come up and chat about it. So go give him a follow.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah,
All
brother.
right.
You have yourself a good one, bro. Let's get you going here. Egg, let's get you up here too, bro. Jaden, are you still here? I think after two crazy people, I'm ready for people with some sanity. How you doing, man?
I'm good. What about you, Brody?
Doing all right so far, I suppose.
So about the whole live, I feel like asking for evidence or like absolute proof of God is pointless because it's impossible to provide that, right? If it was possible to provide that in the first place, then everyone would follow religion. There'd be no faith.
Correct. Here,
it's kind of like
let me elaborate.
Life's kind of like a.
Let me elaborate.
All right, go ahead, man.
So when I talk about evidence, okay, if I take this and throw it, there is all the evidence in the world that it cannot do that without my intention of throwing it. So the causal mechanism is my hand. There is evidence of my hand doing that action. Okay, there is an effect in this world called the universe, supposedly, where people say that this magical unicorn called God created that. Okay, there's no causal mechanism for that. There's no evidence demonstrating that. People also say that humans are created by God. There's absolutely zero evidence for a causal mechanism for that at all. It is 100% absolutely faith, and faith is stupid. Believing in something without evidence is indoctrination.
Well, no, man. Like that's the point of a religion. That's kind of like
Indoctrination.
asking,
Yeah, correct. Power, blood, land. Yeah, you're correct. That is the point of religion, is spreading and control.
Yeah, and there's no point in asking for proof. Like you're trying to back people into a corner where they're just gonna get fucked. You know what I mean?
100% backing people into a corner and teaching them that they are indoctrinated, and then I help them learn to think critically. Yes, 100% correct. Indoctrination is dangerous to society.
You do agree on the fact that religion is faith, and it's impossible to provide evidence for it.
No shit. Yeah.
All right.
That's why I'm an atheist. If there was evidence for it, I wouldn't be atheist.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. If there was like absolute evidence for it, everyone would be in that religion. That's why it actually makes more sense to me for there not to be evidence for it, right? Because if there was evidence for it, what's the point? Like, what
Yeah,
differentiates you
100%.
from me?
Yeah. And my only goal is to get people to see that because I was highly indoctrinated and no one did it for me.
Holy shit, you're fire.
I come
Hey,
off
nah,
as
it's
rough,
bro.
100%. Like, I am definitely not everyone's cup of tea, and I don't want to be everyone's cup of tea. There is a specific people that I am trying to reach out to.
Yeah, it's like, cause some atheists, dude, like the last one I fucking joined, this guy just rage baited the shit out of me. Like, he didn't even answer the question. He was like, because I was actually to get, you know, like kind of a professional opinion on this. I consider you a professional, you know what I mean? Yeah, so because you know the last one I joined, this dude just kept insulting the shit out of me for no reason and then kicked me. So I was just kind of bummed out as shit.
Yeah, that's stupid. I'm here for, I mean, if someone wants to have a philosophical discussion, we can give it a shot. If someone supposedly has evidence, hell yeah, let's critique that evidence, etc., etc.
Yeah, by the way,
You wanna,
anyone who actually tries to provide like absolute evidence for religion, you're kind of disobeying your own religion in that sense. Like, if you try to provide evidence for it, you're kind of going against your own religion.
Well, the Bible in 1 Peter 3:15 and many other parts states that you're supposed to provide some sort of justification.
Well, justification is the same as evidence, right? Justification is like the reason why you believe in it from kind of your own perspective. And I'm Muslim. I don't particularly follow Christianity. And for us, it tells like, you know, don't argue with the people of the other book, aka Christianity, or the disbelievers unless they want to know like why you think that.
Absolute legend to D20 for sending 5 memberships to everyone. So it looks like Big God, Paul, and Super, you guys got some members. Hell yeah, W's to D20. Absolute legend. Thank you.
All right, it was good having a convo with you, man.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hop off now.
I appreciate you hopping up and saying hi.
You,
You have a good one, brother.
yeah, thank you.
Egg, are you opposition today or no?
Yeah, let's bring up something, man. How you been though, bro? You doing good?
I'm doing good, man. It's nice outside. I'm gonna stream for a couple hours and then go sit on my porch and finish this book.
Are you're writing a book?
No, reading.
Oh, what book is it?
It's Spinoza's Ethics.
What is that one about? Okay. Where do you think ethics come from?
What?
Where do you think ethics come from? Morality?
Where do
Or
morals
morality?
come from? Ethics?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be like grounds in. I mean, I have heard good arguments for objective morals.
Yeah.
I don't grant them necessarily. I do grant that there are objective facts about biology which dictates because morals literally just by definition are principles for what is determined to be right or wrong. So there can be objectiveness to that in a society. But they are subjective in the fact that, you know, the definition of subjective is going to be changes in accordance with feelings, tastes, and opinions. So they
Yeah.
are all subjective because every single person can have a differing feeling, taste, opinion.
Yeah, I guess an angle that I like to take with this type of argument is that it's not that if it's objective or subjective, it's more because then you can hide behind the shadow of that definition of what's subjective, if it's mind absent or not. Is more the fact that it's like, where does it come from? You know, is this some type of phenomenon that's biologically like
Yeah, biology
us?
and psychology and sociology. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I actually was having a conversation. I wasn't gonna bring up this, but this is, well, since we're talking about it, I was having a conversation with an atheist the other day, and I was bringing up the e-files, right? And I was saying there's this like objective like theme of evil, right? If you were to group up bad events or bad choices, bad morals or whatever, and you group them up into a spectrum, right? And then there's almost like a theme of evil that has the same type of characteristics that is just kind of like strange on how they kind of correlate, right? And it's like, how did someone find themselves doing these type of like horrid things? You know, like you would agree that the
Well, that's
e-files
psychology, brother. Like, there's actually people that genuinely do not have empathy.
Yeah, then we started talking about psychopaths, but then I mean, because I have a degree in psychology, so the psychology behind psychopaths is that they don't know what they're doing is good or bad. It's not like they have a moral compass. It's for the people that actually know what they're doing is bad, but it's like a fascination of that fact, right? And that would be the theme of the evil, right? And it's like, how does someone get to a position that is so twisted to the point to where like it's all like a theme of like darkness and it's like they want to pervert the goodness. It's just like it's kind of like a little unexplainable. The only way you could explain it is that there's like a power dynamic that these people have, and it's just like a weird addiction and a release of dopamine. But there's something about a slippery slope that happens in like society that we see these like evil horrid acts that is just a little bit unexplained. Would you agree?
A little unexplained? No.
Yeah, a little strange.
I don't find it strange. It's answered in neurology.
But like, have you looked into the e-files?
I avoid politics these days.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Egg. I hate to take this stance, but if anything, that proves subjective morality, that people are willing to do those type of things.
I don't think Egg is arguing against subjective.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I don't want to make that claim.
Well, I mean, you've brought up the e-files twice. I'm not here to talk about them. I'm here to talk about God.
Yeah, okay. No worries, man. Yeah, we can talk about, you know.
I mean, are you a believer in God?
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Okay, before we move on to the e-file, you think those are bad, though? You would say those are objectively bad or subjectively bad?
Yeah, they're bad.
Okay, all right. Why do I believe in God is because I'm going to bring up the uniformity of nature. What do you think is holding...
Gravity.
No, not gravity. I'm talking about all the laws of physics. If you're a naturalist,
the laws of physics are the descriptions of the universe. To state what is holding the laws of physics together is like asking what's north of the North Pole. It's nonsensical.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is that you need a state of affairs that's outside of the system that holds everything in coordination.
What external of space-time curvature? Like what? No, you don't.
So like what I'm trying to say is that like what grounds these laws without brute fact making a brute.
That's the way they work.
Fact.
It is an absolute.
But you're just stating a brute fact.
Yeah,
like,
it's an axiom. Things exist. Yeah.
But
the universe
you see how like
exists.
That definition is almost it falls a little short.
I don't know what answer you're looking for. You're asking me where space-time curvature comes from. I don't fucking know.
I mean, Egg, all you're doing is literally pushing the goalpost 1 foot back. You're saying that
the conversation, yeah, 100%. So
okay, let's push it all the way back then. Let's push it all the way back. Hot dense state. Where did it come from?
I'm agreeing with you, right? So this is what it is. So I believe that every belief system and every worldview has an element of faith, right? So atheism hides behind. I feel like atheism hides behind the evidence, a burden. Like, oh, we only follow the evidence.
Yeah.
But every piece of evidence that you gather can change your worldview depending on more evidence. Correct? Yeah. So if you have, do you feel like we have all of the evidence that we need to understand the world around us right now?
No, we know 4% of the universe.
Okay, exactly. So if there's more evidence that is introduced into your worldview, then you're subject to changing it. Correct?
Yes, but the laws aren't going to be broken.
But I know they're not going to be broken. But do you believe what you know is true?
Yes, it is objective.
Yeah, so exactly. So if you believe what you think that you know right now is true, your belief in the evidence that you have in this current state is
subjective. No, it's not.
Not subjective. No, I'm not saying subjective. It is. It requires an element of faith that you have a sufficient amount of evidence.
What part of faith is required to drop a ball and know gravity is real?
I think what Egg is trying to say that science can change over time, and you're having too much faith in the science in this moment when it can change over time, right?
Right. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I would say that.
Okay.
I would say, like, the difference between me and a theist and an atheist is that our goalpost is one step back, which is because we would be like, oh, it exists like this because God. You guys stop right before that and just say it exists.
Because that's where the evidence leads, right? Pushing it back further with lack of evidence doesn't make your claim true,
and it
right?
doesn't make
in fact, it makes it more false.
I know, but you guys are in the illusion of having
illusion.
Truth.
What illusion, dude? Stop calling truth an illusion in our worldview. We have evidence justified beyond reasonable doubt with no contradictions to prove things absolutely true. Why the fuck are you calling that an illusion? What is an illusion about gravity?
So gravity is a first of all, gravity itself is a bend in space-time, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so let's say we gather more evidence and we are
No,
proving that
dude.
that's wrong.
What aboutism doesn't fucking matter here?
Begging the question.
Like how? No,
This
okay, so
is not
sure are you?
how your claim is we have faith in illusions. How is space-time curvature a fucking illusion?
Well, because we can't see space-time.
We can measure its effects, you dumb nut.
Yeah, you measure the effect of the law.
Yeah, and all of
that
the
exists
math,
in reality.
all of the logic, everything works. No laws are contradicted. No physics, nothing is contradicted. No evidence is contradicted.
So
It is not an illusion. It is factual, based in all the evidence and contradicted by none of the evidence.
So let me. I understand what you're saying, and it doesn't.
I hope so. If you
it's
understand,
sound.
the word illusion should not be in your vocab.
It is sound. I just want you to kind of know where I'm coming from, right? I know
Indoctrination.
No, not yet. I'm actually thinking just like if I were to create a Sims world, right? And I program
What about
it with
what? I don't give a fuck.
I'm trying to tell you how I came to this conclusion.
I don't care. I want evidence for God or not. Like you pivoted first
You're in
to
the simulation right now.
Prove it.
Prove that you're not in the simulation.
There's no justification to believe that I am, dumbass. I'm a justified skeptic. Prove it. There's no justification to believe in unicorns, so I fucking don't, same as you. There's no justification to believe in Spider-Man, so I fucking don't, same as you. There's no justification to believe I'm in a simulation, so I fucking don't. And you shouldn't either.
Egg, do you hold to a god or a simulation?
To a god.
He holds to illogic.
But no, what I'm trying to say, bud, I'm not illogical here, man.
Yeah,
well,
you
just
said
let me just walk you through this, how I think it's a contradicting point. You brought up how space-time curvature is an illusion because we can't see it, but you claim God created the universe and you see all the effects, but still claim God is real.
No, I'm not saying it's an illusion. I'm saying, like, has science changed over time? Like, at one point, did we
holy
think that
fuck, pause. This is such a slippery slope fallacy. Just because science and evidence gets updated with new information does not mean that fucking laws of physics change over time. No, the truth about evolution.
I'm not saying that the laws of physics.
I was not done. Evolution gets new information updated to fill in holes and or gaps and or incorrect hypotheses, but the overall objective fact of evolution does not fucking change. We have new information for certain things, but anything that is actually proven, anything that is a law, just because we get new evidence to substantiate some gap or missing piece does not mean that everything is changing. Science is not changing to such a degree where we're going to get new magical fairy tale laws. No. That's not going to happen. Science does not just change on a whim. No, we get new information to add on to or correct earlier information.
Correct, yeah. So let's say what I'm trying to say is that how close are you to? Would you say
4%?
What I'm saying, how certain are you that your worldview is true about the world around you?
There is no justified reason. There is no justification through any evidence to believe that there is a God, so I don't. Is it not easy for you to comprehend?
I'm not talking about God.
We are talking about God. You keep on pivoting. Just because you want to pivot doesn't mean I'm going to let you pivot.
I'm not. This is
yeah, you are.
What I'm talking about.
There is no evidence for God. This is what we are talking about.
I'm trying to demonstrate you have faith.
I am trying to demonstrate that you're an idiot. So would you like to provide any evidence for a God? Or would you like to keep on trying to shift the burden of proof like an absolute nincompoop?
Bro, I thought we were friends.
Right now, no. Right now, you're my interlocutor. And right now, you're being illogical and shifting the burden of proof and pivoting to fucking simulation theory, e-files, etc., and talking about literally anything and everything except for fucking God, which is the prompt. I'm not going to let you pivot.
Here, Egg, do you believe that you can't be 100% certain about everything, so some sort of faith is necessary? Is that your whole argument?
Yeah, I say that every belief system
so
requires
under a Christian doctrine, is morals not objective?
Morals is objective.
How do you know that for 100% certainty?
Because we have faith.
Yeehaw, motherfucker.
So I'm allowed to hold. I'm clear about holding my faith in God, right? You guys are.
I'm not dumb enough for faith.
Don't have faith.
So
you do have faith.
What if I hold to
universalism? Right? We're gonna shut this faith aspect down. What's the definition of faith?
To believe in something unseen.
Right. To believe in something based on spiritual conviction rather than evidence, i.e., belief without evidence. Name one thing that I believe in without fucking evidence.
Do you believe that you came from fish?
Yeah. Want to know the evidence? Fossils, embryology, DNA. Go ahead.
So because there's fossils, you think you came from fish?
There is evidence based in fossils, embryology, and DNA, etc. There is justification based in evidence, not faith. So I just debunked you again. Next.
But
what else
I'm
do I
trying to-
believe in by faith?
Bud, are you 100% sure that you came from fish? 100% certain?
Yes.
100%.
Not 99? Not 99?
It's a fact.
It is not a fact. It's a theory of evolution.
Define scientific theory, dumb nut.
It's a set of hypotheses that is tested to be true with repeatable experiments. Some shit like that.
Yeah, and it can't be fucking contradicted.
Can't be contradicted. Okay.
Yeah, it is beyond reasonable doubt true. All the evidence justifies it. No evidence is contradicted. That's a scientific theory, my boy.
Until new evidence comes up.
It doesn't.
But it's
no,
not gonna
that's not how that
significantly change the
works.
outcome.
Again, I already answered this fucking slippery slope fallacy. Just because we get new information on evolution does not make evolution not true, or is it going to drastically change it from us going from fish to humans to fucking phones to humans? Like, that's not going to happen. We get a little bit of new information to update holes and or missing pieces. Or incorrect pieces that might be, for instance, recently we learned that we are not 99% related to monkeys. Guess what? We're still fucking related more than anything else. We got new information, but it did not change the fact we are related to monkeys, even if it's not as much as we recently thought it was. The theory is not going to be debunked. It is a fact.
Okay. So do you? So if,
what part of what I said has faith?
A fact and a theory is different.
What part of what I said is faith?
Because have theories ever in history been proven wrong? Ever? If
Yes.
I Google that? Okay, so
with evidence justifying it. What evidence justifies evolution false?
It could come in the future.
What evidence justifies evolution as false? You know what else could come in the future?
There's no evidence that
you know what else could
justifies it
come in
as
the future?
100% true.
You know what else could come in the future? Finding out that you're 100% that solipsism is true and you're the only person that exists. That could happen. You could also start fucking flying tomorrow. I don't give a fuck about whataboutism. I don't give a flying monkey's asshole about whataboutism. Is there evidence proving evolution false?
Yeah. There's no evidence currently. There is other theories.
Correct. So it is a fact. All the evidence is true and no evidence is contradicted.
But there is other theories, correct?
No shit, Sherlock Holmes. Do you want to say something else, Captain Obvious?
So you choose to put your faith in the evidence for
what part
evolution.
of my belief in the evidence is faith-based?
Why not believe another?
Because the evidence is beyond a reasonable doubt, therefore it's unreasonable to doubt it. Which part of my belief is faith-based?
There is scientists that believe that we did not.
I asked you which part of my belief is faith-based. Stop pivoting. It's sad.
You chose to choose evolution.
Incorrect. You do not choose beliefs. So which part of my belief is faith-based? I'm going to ask for the fourth time.
Okay, here, hold on. Let me think about this without getting rejected.
You're going to get rejected because I don't have fucking faith in anything. I am an atheist because I don't give a shit about my feelings and opinions.
But that's what I'm trying to say, though. You could always choose a different theory and believe in that one.
Incorrect.
How is that not? There's multiple theories on how we came to be.
All beliefs come from some sort of justification. All the evidence justifies the belief in evolution. So again, which part of my belief is faith-based? Your claim is a straw man on my own fucking position that I have faith. Back your fallacy, bitch.
You crack me up every time I come to this fucking live. You're funny, bro. Well, dude, I think you have faith. In
still straw manning my position. So fucking cute. Which part of my belief is faith-based?
We never have evidence of a fucking macro a species going into another species. We only have small
Macro
changes.
evolution. Seriously, that's your argument? Something that isn't true? Seriously?
How's it not true?
What is evolution, dude?
Slow changes in species to eventually get to where we're at.
Small changes in allele frequencies over generations. Do you know what an allele is? Genes. You having a fucking baby is evolution, dude.
Bud, if you're trying to tell me, if I want to accept evolution, I'm gonna have to really have a little bit of faith here to believe that my ancestors are fish.
Embryology shows our entire fucking where we come from.
You're telling me Uncle Jerry was a fish?
Yeah, you can observe that actually. Embryology.
I can fucking
embryology. Embryology. You can see it with your eyeballs.
So why
embryology.
we eating fish today?
You can also see. I don't. I am a vegetarian or vegan. I think it is morally incorrect to eat animals because I am an animal. I think it's morally wrong. Animals have consciousness. Tuna has consciousness. I think it's morally wrong.
I respect it.
I want to
My feelings and opinions do not fucking matter. The only thing that matters to me is evidence and facts.
Do you take an iron supplement?
So again, I'm going to ask you, which part of my belief is faith?
The fact that you gathered the right evidence.
Is which part of the evidence is faith? You need to debunk it and prove that I have no evidence for the belief to consider it a fucking faith. Do you not understand your straw man?
Yeah, I understand it, bud.
Good. Provide the justification to prove that I have faith. My position is faithless. You are straw manning my position consistently.
I mean, the only thing I can rebuttal, we can move on to it.
You can't rebuttal shit. What you can do is, you know what? I was wrong. Fair point. Let's talk about this evidence. You concede, and then we move on.
Can I say one more thing and then I'll concede?
No. If it is not evidence that I have faith in this, you can shut the fuck up about it.
Oh my gosh, bro. Okay, fine. I'll concede.
Good boy. What's your next point?
You motherfucker. You're hilarious, man. You should show the audience what you got in the show. I want show and tell again. I want to see that. What evidence do you have for that? The salts and the witches, aren't you an atheist witch?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what evidence do you have for that?
Psychology.
How does having
placebo
crystal
effect, priming effect? How does a crystal help? Fucking priming. Carl Jung talks about this. Come on now, this is psychology.
Do you think I care about Carl Jung, bud?
Do you think I give a shit about your feelings or my own?
You don't care about your own damn feelings?
No.
Okay. All right.
I'm evidence-based, especially when I am on stream talking about facts to an audience of over 1,000.
Okay, all right. Let's move on to a different debate. I conceded the faith stuff, all right? I conceded it. You can hide behind your evidence.
Hide?
Yeah, because I mean, your belief is in the evidence, though, right?
No shit, Sherlock. It's not hiding.
But your belief is in the evidence. That's what I'm trying to say. It's okay. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that, bud. Let's talk about.
Ooh, that's a good point, Dilemma. You just got called the fuck out. He claimed to have a psychology degree. He should be able to tell us about Jung.
Well, I really do have a psychology degree, but I mean, I got it a long time ago.
Cool. What does Carl Jung say about tarot cards?
Bro, the tarot card father is the guy. He's the guy that freaking started doing that shit, right? And started reading into people's psyches and shit like that.
He's one of them.
Yep. Do you know who the father of psychology is?
Nope.
All right, so you got Sigmund Freud.
Okay. What was your next claim?
I'm bullshitting at this point. Let me think of something else, man. Evidence for God. Evidence outside of the reality that you live in. Do you believe in a state of affairs that holds everything together?
The universe. Does something exist outside of reality?
They're begging the question, though.
I'm begging the question. What exists outside of reality?
defining the laws with the same definition.
The laws are the description of the universe. So no, I'm not. If I want to describe the universe, I use the laws. That's not begging the question. It's explaining the universe with descriptions external of itself. Nice try. Where's the outside of reality, though? That's your claim. Stop trying to fucking use fallacies on me, dude. God damn.
I'm Mr. Fallacy, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. It's quite annoying to get strawmanned over and over.
How about this? Is there, if you're intellectually honest, is there any type of debate that I could bring up that actually is like something that makes you ponder a little bit, just a little bit?
People do it all the time. Catholic Thinker, who is a devout Catholic, makes me fucking question myself all the time. But he actually provides non-straw man good arguments.
What's the best argument he brought up?
He holds to divine simplicity, which you do not hold to.
What is that one?
Basically, you have no potential. Everything you have done is actualized.
Everything you've done is actualized, and there's no future. The future doesn't exist.
See, like, no, that means it's actualized. Like, it does exist. Absolutely, it's actualized. But
so you're
like
actualizing the present reality, pretty much.
Sure, and depending on what you grant in his argument, that could make sense. But under a typical Christian God, absolutely not. There's so many contradictions.
Yeah, but like the first claim you made 20 seconds ago about something being outside of reality, which I would love to hear your argument for.
Well, we do know that time exists, right?
In reality, yeah.
It's not, but I mean, some people would say time is part of the fourth dimension.
Yeah, some people also think Santa Claus is real. So what?
Isaac Newton was a Christian, right?
Do I give a flying fuck? Nikola Tesla, smartass motherfucker, married a pigeon. Why do I care about what they believed? I care about the evidence that they provide. If Albert Einstein says unicorn farts heal broken bones, I am calling him a dumbass. I don't give a shit how smart someone is. I don't give a shit how many things they have gotten correct. I care about the evidence for the current claim. I don't appeal to the authority. I appeal to the evidence.
I hear you, bud. And so where do you think love comes from?
It's a fucking chemical reaction, bro. You know when you're depressed, you can go get medication to help that because it's a fucking chemical reaction, bro.
Yeah, I would agree. It has to do with, it's a chemical. Some people have depleted dopamine levels and serotonin levels. But love is something that's a little bit outside of just the chemical thing, right? I would think sometimes people can literally die from a broken heart.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, unalive, I'm sorry. Do you know about, I got a good one. Do you know about NDEs? Have you studied those?
If any of you guys want to talk NDE stupidity, you guys can. I have zero interest in that, though.
I do. Egg, I want to question you, and I hope this is okay with the host. I want to question you.
Yeah.
Why did you bring up the E-files earlier?
Because I brought up the
His
E-files
name's in
because...
it. That was bad. I'm sorry. That was bad. I'm sorry. That was too much. I apologize.
I thought it was funny. It's
I apologize.
Okay. I laughed. It's okay.
I honestly brought it up because I feel like, I guess from my worldview, I'm a little biased when I look at something so like that. I don't look at that and I say, oh, that's bad. I look at that and I'm like, that is evil. That's demonic. I would literally look at that and be like, that's demonic.
What's the difference between evil and bad?
So bad is like you do a bad thing. You you steal from someone or whatever. Evil is like it's like that's why I described it as a theme of like the perversion of God, like to the max. Like it's literally just like you are like you're
so many fucking precepts. God damn.
Yeah, I'm
every
word.
Biased.
He asked me about my opinion. I'm not stating a debate.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just
just
funny.
Be straightforward. Like, you obviously don't have like evidence, but like, what's a good reason I should believe in your God?
Oh, there you go. There you go. I like that.
I would tell you, man, a good reason is because I believe when you're a Christian, you believe in the God of the Bible, you have this love and appreciation for life. And
I do too, motherfucker.
Well, I'll put it like this: if I was an atheist, I would literally be the most depressed person in the world. Like,
yeah, so you cope with a myth. Congrats, you just debunked yourself.
All right, whatever. Yeah, I'll debunk myself all I want, but I'm just saying, if I was an atheist, I feel like all of the beauty that it's just so sad to
Bro,
Go ahead.
bro, have you ever read Carl Sagan before?
No.
You need to read Carl Sagan's Demon Haunted World. He explains how goddamn motherfucking magnificent the universe is, and it made me see so much more appreciation in science and the cosmos than I ever had for a god. You can see and observe the most beautiful things in the fucking universe that actually exist and actually affect shit. It is so much more beautiful.
Let me ask you this then. Have you ever loved someone, or are you in a relationship?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so to think, like, for me, if I was
Therefore God.
atheist, if I was atheist, no, not therefore God, bro.
You're about.
If I was atheist, I would be scared to build such a strong, loving connection with someone because it's gonna end. It's gonna be.
Wait,
what the fuck?
Okay,
what
wait,
kind of a
what?
slippery slope bullshit?
I mean, this is just my personal.
You're an atheist. You're not able to have a relationship.
No, I'm talking about like how I would react. I'm not talking about all atheists. I'm saying, for me, I would be scared to.
He asked you why you should believe in God, not why you specifically. Like, he's asking people in general why they should believe in God.
Yeah, I asked for a reason, not like
I thought it was a personal question. Why people should believe in God?
Yeah.
Marriage isn't certified without Christ. Bro, marriage came from Mesopotamia and had nothing to do with God. Go study. Anyways, continue, Egg.
Also, you believe in free will, Egg. Wouldn't you be scared too? Like that, your partner has the right to choose whatever they want. So they can choose to leave you. Why aren't you scared?
Leave me? What?
Your partner right now, if you had one, has the free will to fucking leave you, same amount as an atheist, is what they're saying. There is no difference in your success in a relationship versus ours.
When they unalive, when they unalive, at least we're gonna see them in heaven.
No, you're not. You have an imagination.
I mean, that's what my faith is.
Yeah, which is zero fucking evidence.
This Disneyland.
Okay, zero evidence, but I'm a question of why everyone should believe in God.
Okay, fair enough.
Living in His creation, and for
the pre-sup right off the bat.
Yeah, I know. It is a presupposition off the bat. It is, bro. You guys think in a different way than me. Like, it just is.
We can grant that for the sake of argument. There's still so many internal critiques.
But if you internally critique my worldview, you have to assume that God is all loving and all powerful, right? You can't just.
That's the critique. Because if we can see things in our world empirically that don't follow up with that, then
I
we
can debunk
say,
your God right now.
You can try, yeah.
Try? No, I can objectively debunk your God. You believe in the Christian God, correct?
Yeah.
Without time, there's no causal relation. Cause and effect are byproducts of time. Therefore, your God being outside of time could not have created the universe, therefore false. Now, special pleading fallacy out of that?
I mean, you would need somebody that's
God
outside
created the laws!
You need someone outside of time, space, and matter to create time, space, and matter. Because without time, you wouldn't have space and matter to exist. Without matter, you wouldn't have time and space to exist. Without, how's that possible?
Also, you should say energy, not matter, by the way. But
yeah, where do you think matter comes from?
How can you create matter without time?
Again,
without
brother,
space?
my brother,
How can you create matter without space?
My brother. Okay, so there's these things.
Egg. You know,
can someone buy him a library card?
Bro, this guy laughed like a witch. This guy laughed like a witch.
Space and time are like, they're like basically partners, right? You can't have space without time, and you can't have time without space.
Yeah.
So, when you say
so you need something outside of space, time, and matter.
Brother,
why
where do you think
why can't I just say the
from?
universe is eternal? It's independent. It doesn't need anything.
Once you say the universe is eternal, you presuppose that there's an infinite past moment.
No,
that's not contradictory.
No. A, it's not contradictory. B, no, you don't have to. If time doesn't exist, then the start of time is the start, and anything after is eternal from that start. There's nothing before. Like, that's not. Come on.
Sure.
I'm talking.
And egg. Let me here. Hold up. I'm assuming you don't know what B theory of time is, but in B theory,
I do know the B theory of time. The freaking the slice of bread. You about to give me that one?
absolutely not. But
Fucking slice of bread. What?
I'm
It's like an. It's
so
like
you, okay. I won't even
explain
explain it since you already know what it is.
Yeah.
In B theory of time, you can have an infinite regression that is not contradictory, but you can also have a first event that is definitely possible. Hawking's confirmed that. Einstein confirmed that. These are all possible things that could happen.
You can have a first event with an infinite regression in time, but the problem is you cannot transcend time to get to today without having with having an infinite moment of past events.
Oh, you don't know what B theory is.
Brother, an infinite timeline has finite points.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool. So you just debunked yourself again.
All right, fine. I debunked it. I debunked myself. I agree. I might.
Where do we go from here?
Roll. Okay, listen. I'm gonna ask you this. How about we just get a little bit esoteric here? Do you feel like you're fulfilled in your life and your worldview?
Why do all Christians assume that just because you lack a belief in unicorns, all of a sudden life is fucking pathetic?
Life is chaotic. Life has no meaning without God.
Even for you. Have you ever read Ecclesiastes, my dude?
Ecclesiastes is just about how
life is completely motherfucking pointless in accordance with all is vanity, vanity, vanity. He's the first absurdist, bro.
Yeah, I know, but the problem is that so there's 3 wisdom books in the Bible. It's Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and what's the other one? Help me out, bud.
There's Proverbs and Ecclesiastes.
So more. Or whatever, bro.
Psalms. But those are poems.
Knitted wisdom.
Yeah, your connection is going out the window. I found out I have gray hairs today when I was getting my hair cut. She put my head forward and she was like, I hate to say this, I'm so sorry, but your hair is going gray.
Oh, I could have told you that.
Ouch.
My connection might be crappy, but Ecclesiastes just balances it out and says that bad shit can happen randomly. It's okay. Doesn't have to have a meaning. So just
there is
not
no
everything
purpose.
has a meaning.
There's no inherent purpose. Even your God grants that there is no purpose except for to worship the dictator.
No, dude. That's exactly what John 3:16 is about. Is God for so loved the world that He gave His one and only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Come on, how beautiful is that? The God of the
how beautiful! Wait. How beautiful is an all-powerful God has no fucking power except to do a blood sacrifice of himself to himself to save you from himself. It is fucking magnificently beautiful.
Oh, you want to know why it's beautiful? Did you choose to be alive?
No, neither did you.
Exactly.
Free will.
You got the gift. You had the gift of life, and you're gonna get exactly what you do. You're
Where's
gonna
the
get
receipt?
exactly what you think. Huh?
How about people who like don't make it to that point and like die in childbirth?
Ooh.
That's up to God. I mean.
Oh, wow.
So you believe in divine judgment?
Wow. So we're amoral, but his God, totally moral.
It's God's plan, guys. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Gifted you have the opportunity at eternal life or death.
False dichotomy. We need a bingo card of every fallacy he uses.
You need a soundboard.
I got.
Okay, explain how that's a fallacy.
And I got that.
I like the second one.
How is it a false dichotomy? Are you fucking shitting me? Either the God of the Bible's heaven or hell, period, even though there are thousands of other religions, thousands of different afterlives, and also the possibility of there not being anything after. And how is that a false dichotomy? Are you fucking shitting me? You need to read, please.
Egg, I do have a question. I'm just going to use a little bit.
Isaiah 53 is the biggest. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm going to use some philosophy here, right? This is like gateway. Like, God is unchanging, correct?
Yep.
All right. Is he all knowing?
You're talking about are you about to tell me when he changed his mind or something? Yeah, he's all knowing.
Sure. Like, can he tell me the time? Like, if I ask God, like, what time is it? Could he tell me?
According to what time you're experiencing, yeah.
All right. Then his knowledge changes.
Ooh, shit, I love that so much.
But he already knows all the time, but...
Yeah, but that would infer that his knowledge is changing, right? If I ask him what's the time here from now, or from now to later, they would imply that his knowledge is changing, right? Because he can tell me now, he can be like, all right, it's different now.
If you have all the possibilities of the possible time outlet, time, how's that gaining knowledge?
No, I'm not saying he's gaining. I'm saying, like, it's changing.
How would it even change if he has all of the possibilities of which time to have, which time it could be?
Ooh, AJ Everyday's chat is a really good one.
What was it?
Thought itself is a change in states.
That's kind of like that. Why I asked Changeless, right? Like him being able to answer that, he's able to think of an answer. That's kind of the whole point. Like he's able to think.
I see.
It's 12 o'clock.
That's fair.
But you're talking
I was actually
about,
granting
you're talking
his
about
definitive
God
with
like
that.
he's a human. Like you were talking about when you want to talk about
you're the one
God,
that said he can, in human terms, he could answer. You're the one that said that.
I said to you what time it is according to you. What time are you experiencing? He's outside of time.
So he couldn't tell me, or could tell me.
He could tell you, bud.
All right, then that still holds.
I don't get this. I guess I'm not getting it. Like, how does that change his state of mind?
I mean, I can keep trying to explain it to you, but I've honestly put it in the most simple way, brother. I'm not trying to be rude.
I know, but if he just like is outside of time and he knows all the possible options of when you were gonna ask that question, and he gave you that time, he just literally gave you information he already had, and he would already know that you were gonna ask that question.
Sure, like that doesn't make me all knowing though. Like I know all the time on the clock, right? But if you ask me what time it is, I would have to look at a clock. Right.
So the problem is that if he's outside of time, he knows all of your future events. So he would know what time when you were gonna ask him that question and already have the answer for him from the beginning of time.
Hey Cody.
That's a stretch.
Yes, Poppy.
It's not a stretch. You're talking about God.
That's special pleading by definition, by the way.
You're talking about the God of classical theism. You're not talking about the Bible God.
Well, we gotta
I asked him what he holds to at the beginning of it.
Yeah, but the God of classical theism isn't the Bible God. The God of classical theism is a philosophical construct. It's not the Bible God, because if you read the Old Testament, the attributes of God are not all-knowing. They're all not omnipotent. And there are other gods. He's henotheistic. Christians like to conflate one with the other.
Yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
This is the case.
Wait, did someone just manifest? Who called me an idiot?
Euro, I thought you were a theist.
That word didn't leave my lips.
Yeah, I'm an atheist, bro. Y'all changed me, bro. Remember?
What?
Took him one day.
Hey, evidence.
One Christian at a time.
Evidence.
Yeah. How many of you are Christians? I thought I was letting up a lot of Christians. Or theists.
I think Egg might be the only Christian here.
Kira,
I stand with God. I stand with God 10 feet, 10 toes
Pause.
down.
Kira, you're a theist.
I'm a Christian.
Okay, cool. And then...
How you doing, brother?
Wow, that is it. Euro, you're taking the stance of atheist?
Yeah.
I mean, look at his profile picture, of course.
What the fuck is wrong with his?
By the way, he was Christian yesterday, and he had that same profile picture.
Oh, he switched?
I don't.
He went to the dark side?
Dark side?
The dark side, bro. It's scientifically proven, bro. You retard.
Scientifically proven. Hey, proof, bro. What?
We do have another theist though. We're gonna get Christ. Okay, so we have Kira, we have Egg, and we have Christ is King. All right, we got you three. Egg has really no argument unless he has a new one. Kira and Christ is King. I would love to hear you guys' opinions, and
I'll let Kira go. I came in second.
Cool.
Okay. Hey guys, thanks for letting me on. I hope this doesn't turn into like a banter like it has been.
It will.
All right, that's cool. So as an atheist, for you to say that there is no God, then all we are is...
Well, pause. I am a hard atheist. The majority of atheists do not take a positive proposition. I do, but I can almost guarantee these guys do not.
Okay.
You got a Zinner.
Well, so...
Let him finish that sentence, please.
So, I was hearing the argument, and it's like, you think... So, if there is no God, right? So, it's not something that he didn't create us, so we evolved, is what your guys' argument is? Okay, so where does... Because I've looked into this, it's like, for me, it's like, evolution, yes, does exist. Everyone's argument, like, oh, evolution doesn't exist. Like, people are like, oh, it exists. Obviously, we see it. Yes, like species evolve, and that's why you have many different types of species. But the argument that we try to make is like, it's like evolution as an origin. There's no scientific evidence for that.
Evolution isn't the origin. Abiogenesis would be.
Oh, what does abiogenesis mean?
Yeah, you believe in it too. So you believe that you were made from dirt, which is non-living. We believe in the factual evidence, thanks to Miller-Urey, that we came from inorganic matter that then became organic through natural causes, like chemical bondings.
Okay, but that's just a theory. There's no solid evidence to prove that that's where it came from.
Dude, what is up with everyone fucking... It's a theory.
There's quite a bit of evidence.
Yeah, it's a theory.
Yeah, it is a
And
theory. Well, actually, this is a hypothesis. Okay, we have multiple hypotheses. There's no actual scientific theory that's grounded quite yet for abiogenesis because of how intense science is. We have a fuck ton of evidence for it, including two doctors, Miller and Urey, did an experiment. You can look that up, where they actually got inorganic to become organic through natural processes. They had some vats, and they input inorganic gases and then used electrodes and fire to get the compounds to chemically induce, and they got organic compound from that. And then we have other hypotheses for 3 or 4 different plausible, not possible, plausible, with evidence justifying it, plausibilities for how those became self-replicating. The problem that we have right now, and why it's not a scientific theory like set in stone, is that we don't know which one in particular is the actual causal mechanism.
Okay, but even if you were able to like replicate ourselves and then you created our body, who created the conscience then?
No,
your cells
no
don't make a
consciousness is a byproduct of the brain. It's an emergent property.
Okay, but like you believe that you have a conscience, right? You have a soul.
Soul, no. Conscious, yes.
Okay, I think they co-align. It's like the mind is different
soul
from
is
like...
a supernatural thing that doesn't exist in the body. We do have a brain that exists in the body, and thanks to neural pathways, we have consciousness.
But like the amount of cells that it makes for our neurons to like, it's just impossible. Like those theories that you're talking about.
It's obviously not impossible,
like,
because it does exist, and we have evidence for it going all the way back.
No, like to the point where like, so why hasn't it been replicated, right? So it's like
it is.
Their only answer is like,
today.
okay, we came from monkeys.
Brother, we have grown brains in vats, in petri dishes. We currently have a brain in a petri dish right now, in labs.
Okay, but
we are
like
able
that
to.
doesn't for you, but that doesn't mean that you make a conscience, though. That conscience is like me talking to you. It's like that.
To be
That
conscious
free will. It's like
means
that
quite
choice.
literally to be awake and aware. So if something is awake and aware, it is conscious. Now
Okay, so
we
what's
have
the okay?
we have further
But you
things
can believe
like
is that like you're not the
emotions.
same as in. So why are we different from other animals then? It's like what
I don't
makes us
think we
different
are.
from the other animals then?
We have differences.
I think I'd argue that we really are different, right? It's because we
You're-
feel
you're
the
arguing
emotion,
for, like,
love,
us
and like
being-
without a God,
Yeah, so
the
do they.
emotion. In a literal sense of like that unconditional love, right?
They have that.
It's not. That's more of like what you see in nature. It's more of like a mating. You know,
Incorrect.
it's like, but you don't see the
Just
same.
factually,
You don't see the same
objectively
as humans.
false.
It's like just. It's just they haven't.
Animals
They're
more-
not as
You're
highly evolved as
objectively
us.
false,
It's like
brother. You are very
we are the
misinformed.
pinnacle of like evolution.
False.
No,
A
I mean
crab
like it's
is.
just a fact.
No,
it's
the pinnacle of
it's
evolution
like
is a
we're
crab.
way higher evolved than a
No,
bird, bro.
the-
It's like that's
The pinnacle of evolution is a crab.
it's like okay, so then who defines right or wrong if there is no God?
Morals are literally principles in society to dictate what is right and wrong. We made it up
No,
as a
because
social
like
construct.
let's say no, because let's say a God didn't exist.
He doesn't.
Where does love come from then?
Chemical reactions. Next.
No, because chemical reactions would just be me having sex with another person. That'd
I mean,
be
that
different.
causes chemical
for me
reactions,
actually
yes.
caring for that person, for me having to make sacrifices, that's different. That's not a chemical reaction. You
Brother,
can't
you can
can't
take
biasly-
action
No, you
without
can't.
feeling, correct? But the feeling of love is a chemical reaction. You can take the
But you can't
actions
put it
of
on a-
loving
but where-
actions without
where
the
do you get
chemical
that?
reaction.
Where do you get that scientific evidence though? It's like you can't
Huh?
put love in
Chemical
a
reactions?
you can't put love in a little bio
Yeah, I
kit and
can.
be like, all right, this is what love is. No, you
Yeah,
can't.
yes.
No,
What
you
do
can't.
Yes,
No, you can't.
You know the
yes.
chemicals.
We know the chemical
No, you
compounds,
can't. You know
brother.
the reaction of how the body reacts, but you don't.
No.
That's not.
Oxytocin.
Brother, we can literally we do it on a daily basis. When someone has depression and they go to get a pill to help them, it's going to help with the chemical balances.
And you see how a lot of the times that doesn't really help though.
Yeah, it does drastically. I don't know where the fuck you're getting your information.
In
Toys
certain
R Us.
cases, not all cases, in not all cases.
In the
though.
majority,
I mean, for you
yes.
to say some to a certain extent.
Now, the brain is so complex that we have to do different trials of medications.
Not at
Because
all
it-
to
but
a
like, it's
certain
'cause-
extent. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge that we went from not at all to a certain extent.
It's because for you guys to say that we
Concede the
came
point.
from
Hey,
that
Cody,
we just
let Welsh
multiplied.
talk real quick.
I don't think I can. I'd have to drop someone. Egg, do you have any other propositions to bring up?
Yeah, no, you can drop me, man. I'll just be Tony.
All right, brother. I appreciate you. You had a good argument, even though I'm an asshole. You have a good one, brother.
Thank
Here, Kira, we're letting up a biologist up here, so he can probably explain
Oh, even better.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The biologist handle this if you don't mind, guys.
Can you? I'm so sorry. Can you turn your mic up or get a little closer to your mic, Evan?
Let me disconnect my headphones.
Actually, that was really good though.
Okay, test.
Cool. Yes.
All right, cool. Yeah, so I'm in my car right now, so I'll probably only be here for 5-10 minutes. Leaving the supermarket right now. Anyway, so I'm an evolutionary biologist. I am currently at Princeton getting my master's in evolutionary biology. What are your questions about biology?
Well, that's awesome, man. I actually I wanted to ask you, do we have evidence of a species evolving into another species?
Yes, it's called fossil. Fossil evidence is the main proponent for that.
So can you talk a little bit about that evidence?
Well, actually, first of all, we have to just say one thing. Species is a very weird word because it is kind of arbitrary. Not fully arbitrary, of course, but it is slightly arbitrary. Because it's similar to a difference between red and blue, okay? If you have a gradient, okay? Red to blue, okay? And like in the middle, it gets slightly bluer, then to purple, and then into blue fully. Define where red and blue, change, okay? So that's why I want to preface this. Species don't, have hard cuts in their line. It's a very slow process because, you look like your parents look like your grandparents, but you don't look like your 6th generation grandparent who lived in, medieval Europe.
Yeah, but that's not a different species, right?
No, but I'm saying that, like, No, species is an even longer process that takes millions to hundreds to at least hundreds of thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my question is, because I've done a lot of research on this actually, and I've taken a couple courses, and I'm doing a lot of work on this. What evidence have you found that is the best conclusive evidence, other than just giving me because fossils of a species evolving into another species? I understand that we have adaptations. I understand that we have adaptations between species, but
adaptations are evolution. Adaptations are directly evolution. That's a common misconception. Adaptations are absolutely fully evolution. Secondly,
I understand, but so what I'm saying is that I understand it's a slow process that of a spectrum from A to B. But do we have any evidence that shows that we conclusively can say that A became B?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, absolutely. The human fossil record is the best. Is probably, I think it's the best kept record for any animal alive. Because guess what? Humans are self-obsessed, so we like finding out about our ancient past. And you have hundreds of fossils, and just saying, fossils are very hard to. It's very hard for something to fossilize.
So I want you to answer the question honestly here. You mentioned human fossils. That's still within the same species. Now, the particular question I'm asking is that do we have any?
Christ.
Yes,
Or
sir.
or whatever. If there's another name I can call you, I'd prefer that. But
Christ is fine.
Christ. Okay, sure. There is not one human species. I'm not saying the human species. I'm saying the human clade, because that starts with Sahelanthropus chadensis, which is a whole different genus than humans.
Yes, I'm familiar. That's genus, right?
Yes,
But
that's
we're
a
still
different genus, but it's the clade of humans. The human fossil lineage is from seven. I think the oldest is 10 million. The oldest is 7 million years, but using DNA data, we can basically say that the human fossil lineage basically effectively split off genetically about 10 million years ago. But the earliest fossil data of a human, whether we can say is like, yes, this is in the human clade. We can confidently say this is definitely different than all the other apes and more similar to us. And even then, it was barely any difference. It was slightly closer. Its feet were slightly bigger, slightly larger brain. Not that much different. Its canines were still large in both male and female.
So that's the point I'm trying to make is that we still have a very similar a similar to point A. Do we have? Can you provide any evidence?
No. Sahelanthropus is so different to us. It looks like a chimp. It looks like a chimp.
And we have fossil say, so how do we know that became a human? So is that within the same species?
Method called comparative anatomy. You take basically. Also, but I have a question. Like, I have no problem with it. Are you in a bath?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I was just wondering. I've been in baths on live. Cody can attest to that.
Yeah, anyway. No, I'm in a hot bath. I'm sore, dude. I work out a lot, so today's my rest day. I'm soaking in some Epsom salt.
Makes sense. Epsom salt. It makes sense. Anyway,
Epsom salt,
but yes, there's no like you wouldn't find Homo erectus and then immediately after Homo heidelbergensis and then immediately after Homo sapien. But if you look at the fossil layers and the sedimentary layers, you'd find that.
Definitely. I just want to add in, he was asking for like specific evidence. We have like fossil data showing apes going from like tree dwellers to like developing hips and knees and like the ability to walk.
Yes. Basically, Sahelanthropus leads to Ornithognensis, which leads to the which leads to the is it Australopithecines or Ardipithecines?
Yeah,
Australopithecines, which is like 3 different species, all in descending order of how long they lived. That leads to which also parts of those groups split off into the Ardipithecines, which split off into the Paranthropus and Homo genus. Paranthropus dies out about half a million years ago. Homo erectus stays around for a long time. They are the most successful human species.
That's what I'm saying. Is right now we're just making a bunch of claims, but where is the article or PhD study that shows the actual fossil and conclusive evidence that we can make of a species?
Literally search up any fossil, search up any paper on Lucy, on Littlefoot. Littlefoot is the most complete like I think it's Australopithecus fossil.
There's a lot of biologists that actually don't agree with Littlefoot.
Do you know what Littlefoot is? Do you know why they call it? Do you know why they call it Littlefoot?
Why do they call it Littlefoot?
Because its entire foot is fully preserved. Well, the bones are fully preserved.
Okay, well, what does that give me though?
No, I'm telling. Also, which biologists disagree with it, and what do they disagree with it, and why? Like,
because it's not conclusive enough.
What do you mean it's not conclusive enough? What about it?
The reach they're making.
Yeah, I want to, because I've never heard any claims about
even Lucy.
No, they don't discount Lucy. The only people who discount Lucy are creationists who don't know what they're talking about.
I mean, but
what about Lucy? Are you going to bring up the Latoli footprints? Because guess what? That wasn't Lucy.
I'm talking about the ape, Lucy.
Yes. That's like saying the dog. I don't know. Fucking the dog Max. What do you mean? I know Lucy the ape. Yeah. I know Lucy the Australopithecus afarensis.
I'm saying the fossil data is so like you take a small fossil and then you make.
Lucy was the first of like this. But here's the thing: the only mischaracterization was they found a vertebrae and they were like, "Hey, this looks a bit small for Lucy, but we'll put it with her." Okay, and that shows the kind of wishy-washiness of the 70s and their paleontology, which they did have some, bad practices in paleontology back then. But then, like a year later, they're like, hey, yeah, let's look at this vertebrae. Oh, wow, it's an ancient macaque vertebrae.
So, okay, here, let me specify the question. At when did the homios, like the latest form of an ape become a human? At what point in time?
That's not a thing. That's like saying, when did a dog become a wolf? Dogs are still Canis lupus. They're still wolves.
Okay, so explain. I'm stupid. Explain it to me.
Humans are apes.
Humans are apes.
Humans are objectively apes.
So are we not the human species? We're not human.
Well,
we're Homo sapiens.
Humans are clade, not even a species. We are Homo sapien, which is a species of a genus Homo, which is within the clade Hominoidea, which is in the in the clade Hominidae, which is in the clade Homoidea, which is in the clade Catarrhini, which is in the primate clade. So, like, we are primates. We are old world monkeys.
I want you to convince me, right? Without just pointing. I want you to convince me of evolution, right? I want to see a species evolving into another species. What evidence are you going to point to?
I can't point to direct. I mean, actually, could I point to it? Yeah, I could point to the Darwin's finches. They have currently undergone evolution enough. No, shut up. They've new analysis has currently gone on under enough that we've said yes, this group of finches that live on these islands are different enough from the group of finches that were here when Darwin was here 200 years ago that we are officially able to call them a new species. That has happened.
So same bird, right?
Nope, different birds.
But bird species.
Same genus. I forget which one. It's one of Darwin's finches.
Wait, here's the problem. You don't understand what a species is, Christ, and it's not our job to convince you. The fact of the matter
actually the burden of proof is on you, brother.
No. The facts are the facts, regardless if you're too ignorant to accept them or not. Evolution is
the only fact he presented was the beaks changed on a couple birds.
Didn't say it. Didn't even mention the beaks. I was talking about the genetics.
Brought up a whole fossil record. You just didn't listen.
I brought up genetics actually.
I said, what is your
Nothing
best
else.
evidence of a species
Sorry,
evolving
my
into another species? And then he resorted to the finches.
Yeah, and I brought
And now
up
I'm
the
supposed to
genetic-
believe that we have evolved from finch. Is that not a slippery slope fallacy? If that's not a slippery slope fallacy, I don't know what is.
You don't know what a slippery slope fallacy is. Then. Your ignorance is profound.
Christy, real quick. I
never claimed to be smart.
Christy, I literally said, Christy, shut the fuck up. Thank you, whoever muted him.
I muted myself, brother.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Shut up real quick, okay? I said the genetic data. I mentioned no fossils when I was talking about the Darwin's finches. The genetic data.
So if we would
shut the fuck up, Christy. Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Amen, brother.
Okay.
That's who you need. Go ahead.
No one needs Jesus. Jesus is
So-
a fucking
Okay.
So if we took the DNA analysis of both finches,
The DNA analysis has changed enough from when we from the earliest DNA analysis, or from the analysis of the early specimens of. So they did it when they were doing DNA analysis. Learning about that, they saw, hey, let's do Darwin's finches. It's memorial. Along with humans and dogs and chimps and all the other apes, we'll also do Darwin's finches. And they were like, okay, so these are the first specimens of Darwin's finches. Their DNA is not degraded enough, so we can definitely look at the specimens. And these were like taxidermied specimens and like specimens in jars. And they were like, oh wow, these ones have. And now they looked at the modern day ones. They were like, wow, they've actually changed genetically to a degree that we can officially call them a different species. Now,
don't we change genetically every day? You're a biologist. Don't we change genetically every day?
No, not to this extent.
Well, we don't. Our children are slightly genetically different, but not enough to call it a new species. But there's been enough generations and enough genetic change in one species of Darwin's finches that they are officially now classified as a new species.
Okay.
And also, the hundreds of subspecies that get classified every single year.
Yeah, but the classification system, you're talking about a bird. I don't really care about the classification system, right? What you classified as a species.
Wait, hold up.
You're talking about a bird changing genetically different.
Another thing when I was talking about the subspecies. I wasn't even talking about the birds at that point.
No, here's the problem that you're going to run into. Are there different types of birds, Christ?
First of all, brother, what's up with your profile picture?
Answer the question straightforward. I don't give a fuck what you're going to say about anything else. Are there different types of birds?
Yes.
Cool. Then when a bird changes genetically enough where it no longer matches with the primary species of that population group, congratulations, that is evolution.
It's a different bird, right?
A different species of bird.
Yes.
A bird. So as a bird stays a bird, right?
Yes.
Okay. You just agreed that there's different species of bird, you fucking
troglodyte. Like I said, you still haven't answered my question, right?
We just did. What?
It's still a bird, right?
We just told you about how Darwin's finches, one group has changed enough genetically that it is now a new species. You asked me to show a species turning into a different species, which is disingenuous because that's not how evolution works. And even then, we were all to find an example that at least we think fits what you want.
So am I able to say we have no fossil record of Jesus, therefore God exists?
What the fuck?
No, we were talking about genetics.
So hold on a second. So hold on a second. But you when you talk about genetics, it's still under the bird species. Am I right?
But there are different types of birds. There's different types of birds. It's literally what we just were talking about. Like, fucking, are you that brain dead where you don't?
Hold on. I'm gonna ask you a real quick question, Fayborn. Is the new species a bird?
Yes.
Are there different Are there different types of birds?
All right, sir. So you still haven't answered my question. I said, do we have any
types of birds? Are there other types of birds, Christy? Are there multiple species of birds, Christy?
There's the subspecies.
No,
different types of birds.
Birds are the most species diverse group in the entire world.
Which would make sense why you guys would label the new species under a different diverse bird group.
Because
another species of bird.
You asked me to tell you a species
Now, I
of
need you
birds
to
and even
collect
no
your
species.
thoughts. I need both of you guys to collect your thoughts and provide evidence for a
We
species
just
evolving
did.
into
You
another
trolled with that.
species.
No,
I
we
just
just
did
did.
that.
We just
They're
did.
both
We dog
birds,
walked you.
brother. They're
Congratulations.
both birds.
They're both birds, and you admitted that birds come in different types. What the fuck are you talking about? You admitted that birds come in different species. You just said that. So a speciation event where a bird becomes a different species of bird is a speciation event. Congratulations. You've been proven wrong.
Okay, so you're telling me that that's the best evidence that makes me believe. Now I have to believe that I came
would
from
not
fish.
be that would not be the evidence that I would. That would not be the evidence that I would personally use, but that is good evidence that he is using.
So because of the finches changed their beaks, I now came from fish.
No, it's not. It's not because they changed their beaks. It's multiple layers of things. It's more than just their beaks that is genetically different.
Okay,
The
but that's
issue
they got beaks
is-
and they got beaks and longer legs, and now that I came from fish. That's the evidence that you have.
Well, the genetic record is going to be what we're going to go to most easily demonstrate that we came.
We just
from a
established
species.
that my newborn will have a little bit of a genetic difference in myself. Does that make him a new species? It's still a bird, bud.
Are you
It's
trolling
still
at
a
this
bird.
point?
I'm not. When I get hot, because I'm sitting in this hot tub, I start talking in a country accent. What's up, Robert? Do you have anything to add to this conversation?
That just
did we
turned
just
into
drop him?
trolling. Yeah, it just
Yeah,
turned into
it
trolling.
had to have been a troll. I can't imagine him being that stupid. I just
Yeah.
can't.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
So-
come hot and heavy on the panel. I promised myself today I'd be nicer, and then I immediately wasn't nicer. I'm sorry, Cody.
No, you're good. I mean,
you were
they
doing
deserve
awesome,
it.
man. Honestly. But
Birdie
All right.
bird.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, go for it.
The evidence for God would be a simple Bayesian account. If a piece of evidence is expected on a hypothesis, then ceteris paribus, if the evidence favors that hypothesis, we should favor the hypothesis that predicts the evidence. Psychonomic harmony, conditional on atheism, naturalism, is not antecedently expected, but it is antecedently expected on theism. So psychonomic
Do you
harmony.
have syllogism, or are you just
Better
going?
syllogism.
Sure. What's P1?
P1 is the Bayesian from the principle, right? The evidence principle.
Sure.
Okay. The existence of psychonomic harmony conditional on naturalism is less than 1.
Define that.
Define what?
yeah, do
He means
you have any
elaborate
dressing
on
for that word salad?
Psychonomic harmony?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it's the problem in which the existence of the physical universe is that the psychophysical correlations or laws match the contents of the universe in a way that results in conscious physical entities.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like a lot of
I mean, he's
just
not
word,
wrong.
word salad.
He's not wrong. What's
I don't
P2?
know.
This area is like the most studied area in philosophy of religion. To say it's word salad is just wrong.
I mean, it is Philbro jargon, but
Yeah, it absolutely is.
You got
I
the
feel like I listened to
monotone
Egon from
voice and-
Ghostbusters. It's just
But-
Egon from Ghostbusters
I mean-
explaining how the proton packs work.
I do agree with that there's psychophysical harmony. But I mean, I'll grant that.
That's a different argument. This is psychophysical harmony paired with nomological harmony, if you know what that is. Well, nomological harmony is it's usually given on the following guise. Why do the laws and states match each other? And we say something matches just in case if you take the laws of the universe as inputs, then you get subsequent states that result in temporal evolution.
Okay.
Right. So when you combine those two, you have the psychophysical correlations that govern the mental and the physical produce conscious entities in which it matches the content that those agents find themselves in.
Okay. What was P1 for that again?
The Bayesian confirmation principle. So like,
okay,
on a hypothesis.
Reasoning.
You know, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then it's just the existence of psychonomic harmony conditional on naturalism or atheism, whatever you want to parse the view at.
Sure.
Is much less than 1.
Where'd you
but
get that?
It's not. Yeah, because it's a vice to posit on the view that is not explained?
It's a vice that posits on a view not explained.
No. It's a vice to posit on a view that a piece of datum is not explained.
How are
Wait, what is
physics
unexplained?
not
What are you referring
explained?
to?
The problem of psychonomic harmony.
What's the problem?
Can we not say that is the nature of the universe and it not be a brute fact?
Well, brute facts are vices in a hypothesis, all else equal.
If you want to, sure, I'll grant that as a semantic.
But was there any clarification on the problem of psychonomic harmony?
I still don't get how you got the under 1 probability for that not happening naturally.
Well, because
is this a fine-tuning argument?
Transcendental.
It's a family of arguments of design, but
okay.
But it's much less than 1 because the problem has 2 problems, so you need a conjunction of views to explain the problem.
What's the problem?
So the problem is explaining that the psychophysical correlations match the contents of the universe in a way that results in physical embodied entities.
Yeah, which is answered completely in biology and physics.
How does it do that?
Yeah, consciousness is a emergent property of the brain. No brain, no consciousness. And then consciousness and matter emerge from energy. Energy cannot be created. Like, I don't know what you're missing here.
Okay, well, that's, if you look at the total space in which the phenomenal states pair, or like the psychophysical correlations pair phenomenal states with like physical substrates, most of those pairings are much simpler than the pairings we have. And most of those go chaotically wrong. So there's just reason to believe that there's more ways for it to go wrong, conditional on your view. And on my view, it's almost guaranteed that we get.
Are you just citing Occam's razor because it's complex? You're not going to grant it, or?
No, it's just that my hypothesis predicts the class of the universes that come about from this problem. Yours doesn't.
Well, I can grant that. I mean, we have explanations that are demonstrated and we know them to be true. And if we were talking about if we were in a world with a god, then yeah, it would be more likely if that god was defined as a god that wanted us to be the way we are, then yeah, it would be more likely in this framework. Sure, I grant that, but we're talking about ontology.
I don't understand.
Okay.
If the class of universe that's predicted by my hypothesis is one that matches the one we're in.
Your hypothesis is under the precept that God is true. That's the problem here. You're saying if your worldview is true, then it is more likely. Sure, I grant that. But I don't know if it is true. You have to demonstrate that.
Well, wait, that's a reversal, right? Like if you have a disembodied mind who has moral reasons to bring about a world.
How do I know that even exists, bro?
Because it's possible. It's
is it possible?
Yeah, there's no apparent contradiction.
What characteristics do you do? All right, what do you follow a religion or do you hold to?
No, I don't follow religion.
Okay, what characteristics would you put upon that God?
Well, I think that he is value sensitive.
I.e. defined?
No, like value sensitive as in like he wants worlds in which the aesthetics of the world are realized.
Yeah, his definition is that he wants that. Or his values, Yeah, I grant that in the definition.
Or you can classify that as a subset of all loving.
Yeah, I can grant that in the definition. But how do you know that that's more likely than the natural world? Because there's no evidence to justify that at all.
Well, because on the natural world, the psychophysical correlations aren't really explained.
Yeah, they are. I did it.
By what?
Psychophysical. Here, let me get a good explanation of psychophysical so I don't just talk out of my ass.
Are you referring to something specific when you're saying psycho? Like, are you just getting a broad?
Psychophysical harmony refers to the strikingly fortunate correlation between conscious experience and physical states. So I'm a hard empiricist when it comes to this and a materialist. So the explanation for conscious experience is going to be chemical reactions for emotions, observation through the material eyes, etc., so on and so forth, the brain processing information to provide you the experience of the world. How is that not an explanation, and what is wrong with it?
Well, because, well, one, that's not really what I mean by psychophysical. Like, psychophysical harmony is correct as a description, but a psychophysical law is not the harmonious mapping. It's just the explanation of phenomenal states that pair physical states with their causal rules.
Okay, give me one.
Yeah, like pain causes avoidance behavior.
Yeah, that's due to nerve endings and chemical reactions and brain processing power. What's not? Okay. What is missing here? You're saying it's not explained. So what did I not explain?
Yeah, because the valence of that behavior conceivably could have been flipped, in which case we would find ourselves in a world. Sorry?
But it wasn't, and whataboutism is not demonstrable.
What? That's okay. You understand that in these types of arguments, you're looking at the class of universes that are predicted given the existence of the problem. So
I'm completely ignorant on the entire argument you're providing. This is a lot of new lingo for me.
Can you just layman everything, bro? Just layman.
I know
He's
that
not
was my
capable.
argument at the beginning. It's just word salad.
I don't know
to
you,
sound smarter.
but I do like the way that you're saying it. You've come. He's being good faith. We got to give him that. He is being good faith.
Oh, I think it's pretentious, but that's just me.
I mean, Pinson, just comment. Like, because I'm not trying to be rude. It sounds like a script right now. So can you just layman it so we can all comprehend it, right?
Yeah, maybe we should get clear on like what the evidence even is, right? Is that fair enough?
Yeah, because we shouldn't talk about God if there's no evidence to.
Well, you're taking Bayesian reasoning for your evidence, right? Something that raises the probability.
That's right.
Right. So yeah, we grant that.
Okay. Are we all caught up with, like?
I do grant it with terms.
What are the terms?
So, for instance, you know, the rat and the person that broke in scenario. Yeah, there's no evidence to justify that someone would be breaking in, but there's a lot more evidence to justify that a rat would be there for the droppings. So it still requires evidence, even for it being a raised probability. You still have to have a comparison and data value. So something with a metaphysical, non-existent conceptual thing like a god. Wait, who kicked him? Did someone kick him?
Left.
I think he just left.
Why the fuck did you leave? What the fuck?
Depends. If you're making a probability argument, right? Not a possibility argument. You're not making an absolute.
Why'd he
run? Yeah, it's a probability argument.
Sure. I mean,
nobody was saying that he likes. Oh no, he was talking about you, Pensive. I wasn't paying attention to who was talking.
Sure. I mean, like I can say there are arguments that make God more likely than the slim likeliness that it was. That doesn't make it true.
Well, the point is that if those...
Oh, you are the... Who dropped? I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
Oh, I was in the middle of explaining that. I thought you dropped, which is why I stopped talking.
Oh, I was like, did I fuck everything up?
No, I thought you dropped. I was like, what the fuck? I was in the middle of... I don't know where I was, but go on ahead and bring your whatever.
Well, the point is that the update you would get on theism if this argument is sound is it would exceed 0.5 credence because there's three vices.
In a world where God is true, this is a concept. It's an abstract thought framework. It is not necessarily true, and I have no justification to believe that. It lacks all epistemic justification at all.
Well, the fact that it's not necessary would be even greater evidence because there's even more possible.
There's no evidence for it to be true at all. Can you demonstrate a God? Yes or no?
Yeah, well, first let me clarify why I said that would be more evidence if it's not necessary. If it's contingent, then there's even more possible configurations in which that thing doesn't obtain.
That requires proving empirically that the universe is contingent, which again requires empirical proof that God does exist and created the empirical world.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying the universe is contingent. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that the mapping between phenomenal states and physical states, if you say that's contingent, well, then you bring up more possible configurations in which you didn't get before if you say it's metaphysically necessary.
I mean, there's multiple possibilities, but we do have evidence to demonstrate where consciousness comes from, and it's from the brain. I have no justification to believe otherwise. And there's definitely zero justification to believe that God has anything to do with it.
I think this just throw gods in the gaps, right? Where we can say potentially we don't have evidence in this like we don't have evidence in this particular situation, therefore God is possible. I don't grant that. If we have evidence of this, it's kind of what it seems like.
Well, no, God's possible, like logically, metaphysically possible. There's no contradiction. I'm not saying God's possible just because.
Well, it depends. That's why I brought up characteristics. God is definitely illogical if you hold to certain characteristics.
Like what?
Outside of time.
What's the contradiction?
Time and causality.
Yeah. No, like what's the explicit P and not P?
Cause and effect are products of time. Without time, there is no causal relation. Therefore, God could not have caused anything to be.
Well, that assumes a particular view of time that I don't grant and or causes.
Sure, demonstrate the other one to be true.
Wait. What theory of time do you hold to?
Well, when you say theory of time, I usually take it to be an explanation of the nature of time, in which I hold to like a spotlight view of time.
So you hold the B theory.
Well,
B theory is all perspective based on our position on the timeline. So that's what you hold to.
But also, when you say God exists outside of time, I'm not really committed to that being.
Yeah, that's why we're saying you asked what.
Well, that makes it even better. If God exists inside time and created everything, demonstrate that empirically. It's an empirical claim. Like Bayesian reasoning doesn't save you from the empirical claims of a God making a human being.
Well, that's not the argument, right?
It is entirely. The argument is if I grant your framework of a God existing as a possible truth, and I grant that it is more likely, then therefore it's true. But that's not how that works. There's no demonstration that it's true, even though it's logically possible. If we grant your framework, then yeah, it's more likely. But there's no justification to even grant the framework. So why would I?
That's not the setup. The setup is about a worldview comparison.
Right.
Look at
You're comparing a category error, though. You're comparing a supernatural worldview versus a natural worldview in a natural world.
No, we're looking at the domain of the psychophysical correlations.
And I explained
the nomological correlations.
What did I not explain about the psychophysical connections?
Well,
I provided causal mechanism, brother. You didn't even deny anything that I said.
No. That's not the thing that's needed to be explained, right? The thing that needed to be explained originally was the causal mechanism, right? Because conceivably,
so what's next?
Prima facie, because conceivability applies prima facie metaphysical possibility,
and conceivability doesn't make true. I conceive of Harry Potter,
but but that's the point, right? There's so much mishap that goes wrong on your hypothesis. It's much more sophisticated.
Not at all.
Okay, the much simpler mapping is there's an empty set alien subset mapping. So you have phenomenal states that pair with physical states in which you have a zombie world, right? Those are more epistemically probable than this view because it's much more simpler than the other configurations.
It doesn't mean it's true, dude. Simplicity does not equate
to
truth.
Problem. No,
do you hold to divine simplicity?
Divine? No, I'm not. I don't hold to DDS.
But it's a more simple view of God. Why don't you hold to it?
No, it's not.
You don't think divine simplicity, like divine simplicity, is not a.
Are you familiar? Are you familiar with the?
Yeah, it's no potential, no change. Correct.
No, I don't hold to the Aristotelian framework. You understand that? Yeah, my metaphysics broadly, like if you're asking me what I think about God, I just think I hold like a view similar to Draper's aesthetic deism.
I'm not familiar with that.
It's just a God who exists and he's value sensitive. And he is and which a value sensitive God is sort of a subset of an all-loving God.
So you don't hold to the other deistic abilities, just like an all-loving creator?
Well,
inside of time, right?
Well, yeah. If by inside time you're being charitable to what that means, then yeah, I would.
Not charitable, it's just like time, like change.
Change? Oh, well, it's change.
Change is inside time, by definition.
Well, that doesn't like really inform me on what change is.
Well, do you know what an event is?
Yeah, it's a moment.
Event is how time is measured. Events. An event is change. All change is in time.
Yeah, that tells me like where it is and how it stands in relations to other things, but that doesn't tell me like what change is.
One
right?
state to another.
One state, can that be reducible?
What do you mean reducible? Like if you go from one state to another state, it is a change.
No, I mean that definition of change, can it be reduced down any further, or is it primitive?
That would be supposing that you can change into one state to a same state, which I don't think is a change. It's just you staying the same.
I'm not talking about the application of it in regards to.
What do you mean by
lotto.
reduced? How can I reduce that?
I'm talking about the definition of change you just gave, which can be broadly characterized as the measure between two events, but I don't think that's a very useful definition of change.
Well, how would you make it more useful?
Well, I want to know what change is, right? Like,
change is one state to another state. That is definition. That is what change is, right? Like, I mean, you can say offer another definition of change, and I'll think about it. But that's what the definition is.
Well, if you want another definition, then there's the Thomistic reading, the reduction of potential to actual.
The reduction of potential to actual meaning.
Yeah, you move from potentiality, so possibly existing, to actually existing. That's an example.
Right. So one event to another event.
No,
not existing to existing.
No, that definition of one state to another is compatible with types of B theory views, which that definition of change I gave is not compatible with most B theory views.
You just said going and changing from non-existence to existence.
But you also said you held the B theory.
That's right. But I have a reformed view of B theory that can include that definition of change.
So how is yours reformed if you described your view as what B theory is?
What do you mean? You understand
you described it as a spotlight, like based on our position in the timeline. But that's literally what that is, right? That's what B theory is.
Do you understand that the term B theory is a class of theories of time and not just like one univocal view of time?
I'm describing how it is literally described, but like definitionally, like
that's how it's described.
You know what? I'm gonna invoke saying it back to you. You're just taking one out of many. Like, okay, so how do we get past the semantic argument? Which theory do you hold, B or A, or something else? Explain what that is.
B.
We hold B.
Then how was I wrong?
Okay. Because look, you're treating like B theory as a one.
What is B theory?
What is, sorry?
What is B theory of time?
There's no ontologically present moment.
Sure, but all time.
All moments are equally real. There's no tense language in the semantics of temporal logic. That is a very bare bones umbrella term of B theory. You understand that there is subsets views of B theory, like eternalism or spotlight theories.
Sure,
right?
Let's go over what you think of, right?
Like we got to get somewhere, because if we're not even getting past semantics, we're not going to be able to have an argument.
I mean, do you want to assume neutral semantics then? Like we can.
That's why I was describing like normal B theory, because it's going to get us the farthest, because we would have to grant every semantic that you bring up if we go into like subsets.
Okay, well then, do you want to assume neutral semantics and we get clear on the neutral semantics and see where it goes us?
That's a good one.
Do you want to do that?
Okay. Yeah, let me see it when I hear it.
Okay, so
I love how we're using science to explain this.
We're not. But so my neutral semantics on time will just be: do you agree that a good definition of B theory would be there's no privileged tense language, so there's no like distinct moments of like before, now, present, right?
Yeah, no flow. It's based on where you are in the time.
Okay, that's okay. And then what else do we need to get clear on about time so we can quickly?
Do you hold eternal or no?
Eternalism or?
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah. It's enough to like get by the conversation, yeah.
You hold a first event but eternal?
Oh, no. Oh, I thought you were talking
first
about
event or yes first event?
Yes, first event. I thought you were talking about something completely different. My bad.
Okay.
Okay, so what else did we need to get cleared on? Like,
I don't know. I'm sure we'll bump into it later on.
Okay, in regards to the argument of psychonomic harmony, is there any clarification that needs to be made?
I'm still confused about why you don't grant material explanations.
Well, because in the explanation of psychophysical laws, the problem on your hypothesis that it predicts many classes of universes that are chaotically misapplied, where you would get empty states or zombie worlds or anything in between those two. Your hypothesis predicts the bigger class of those. My hypothesis does not.
What are you talking
about?
about?
And that's a vice.
I don't really. Are
I
you
provided
making
a causal
like
mechanism from experience in the brain? I don't know what you don't like.
Yeah, he brought up like a local explanation of one of the things you were talking about. You're talking like a great global thing and saying it doesn't apply, but we brought up a local thing that is supported with a stupid amount of evidence, and you're saying it doesn't apply.
Well, yeah, because it's greatly agreed upon that evolution and types of explanations like it and the evolutionary debunking literature do not explain psychophysical laws.
Okay, so which part of the evidence I provided do you disagree with?
Well, I disagree. Okay, well, in the evidence of like explaining the causal mechanism for psychophysical mappings or like something else?
The experience.
Well, that isn't really.
Is consciousness psychophysical?
I don't even know what that question means.
I don't know what your question meant.
Like I meant like when you said when I brought the evidence, are you talking about when I referred or when you brought up that evolution alongside like brain processes could explain why when you touch a hot stove you're avoided to move it?
Yeah, the biology, yeah.
Okay, that explanation can be classified as a response of evolution.
I hear you saying that, but is there an evidence backing the causal mechanism, and is it true or not?
No, it's not true.
It's not true that when you touch a stove, nerve endings make you do things.
No, it's not true that those are normatively directed to do those things.
How is that not the case?
Well,
that's literally the purpose of nerve endings.
Well, yeah, because you can imagine a world.
I can imagine Harry Potter. Right now, we live in a world.
Fine,
we have an ontological world where nerve endings cause this to happen. Why are you getting into abstract worlds that don't fucking exist when I'm providing causal mechanism in the one and only world we have?
Does this
because your causal mechanism because your causal mechanism doesn't guarantee this world. That's the issue.
Yeah, it does. We live in this world. It's 100% probability.
No. Look.
Okay, demonstrate another world.
Yeah, take your causal mechanism.
Demonstrate another world, dude.
I don't have to demonstrate another world.
Yeah,
I have to show
they don't
that
exist. We live in one world, and the causal mechanism works 100% of the time, unless there's nerve damage.
This is very confused.
Am I wrong?
You look at it,
does a nerve make your hand come away from a hot stove? Yes or no?
Sorry?
Does the pain induced from nerve endings make you do things when you are in pain or doing something dangerous to the body that the nerve is picking up on?
Yes, it does.
There you go. World. Yeah, there is no other world. There is no other world. There is no other world.
Confused. That's not.
Can you prove another world?
That's not what I'm.
Can you prove another world?
That's not what I'm disagreeing. I agree with that.
I'm not granting your framework that there's multiple other dimensions of Harry Potter and the Wizarding World.
I'm not granting. That's not my argument.
So you agree that the nerve ending does this? That's a causal mechanism.
No.
So what is wrong?
Stop. Let me tell you what I disagree with. Instead of like,
I don't grant the possible world semantics.
You don't grant a view of logic?
No, I don't. Same as you don't grant mine.
That's very
and I have reasoning for it. Here's my reasoning. I have causal mechanism in biology to explain how it works. There is not another world to compare it to be able to say yes or no.
That assumes a frequent history of probability.
Wonderful. I don't give a shit. I don't take yours. So where do we go from here? Your criticism is null and void, same as you're about to say to me.
Yes, but look, let me tell you what I disagree with.
Everything you're saying to me about agreeing and disagreeing and me not granting this, and you say it to the mirror, because I could say it right back at you. You're not granting our actual world, and you're granting non-existent worlds. I'm not doing that.
That's fine. That's fine. All right. Look, let me tell you what I disagree with about your explanation instead of you having to guess it.
Yes, prove to me that nerve endings do not cause the hand to back away.
That's not what I'm disagreeing with.
That is the causal mechanism. You just said you're going to explain why you don't grant the causal mechanism.
No.
You want me to rewind the tape? I'll rewind the tape where you said you're going to explain why you don't grant the causal mechanism.
I'm going to, because you keep cutting me off when I'm trying to
because you just said something incorrectly. You just gaslit me.
No, you're lying about what I'm saying, right?
No,
Because
you
you're not letting me
said word for
finish.
word, you're going to prove
And
the
then you
opposite.
started interrupting me, which I couldn't clarify, right? So
All right,
I'm going to
so prove
clarify.
to me that the causal mechanism of the nerve ending is not the cause for
That's
pulling
not
away.
that's not what I'm going to prove. That's not what I disagree with, right? What
You're
I'm
the one
going
that said
to
you don't
show
agree with
you.
the causal mechanism. So the
I
causal
said I don't
mechanism,
agree.
the
No,
causal
just relax.
mechanism is the nerve
Just
ending.
relax. Just relax.
I'm done with the Phil Bro bullshit. I'm not doing multiple worlds bullshit. There is not another world. You think there is? Prove it. Can't do that? I have no justification. I'm not playing games like that. It's stupid.
I think he was trying to argue that nothing is necessary under our view in a way. Maybe my wording is incorrect, or maybe he's just saying, I don't know. Maybe he's saying we have no justification. I don't know. Maybe I was mishearing the
We had
argument.
a perfect justification.
Pensive, am I incorrect? I mean, I'm willing. I mean, Pensive, send me it, dude. I'll go over. Send me your full syllogism, and maybe I can.
I'll be super quick because I got a meeting coming up here in like 10 minutes. But so possible world semantics logic, and just to be clear, I don't like modal logic symbolism or anything like that as well. But all modal logic is saying is effectively, Cody, is it possible for you to have worn a shirt that isn't black?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a possible world. It's not that there. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's not the
but
multiverse.
In our world, we have a perfect explanation for the causal mechanism, and he's saying it's possible it could have been another way, but it's not that other way. It is this way. It is this way in this world that I have a black shirt.
Right. And so the thing with like is when you start getting into like the possible language semantics, it's not denying that you actually have a black shirt. It's just trying to differentiate between, say, you wearing a black shirt, which is causally dependent on outside factors of that statement.
Right, which all gets
versus,
reduced into matter and material explanations.
Yeah, versus something like, say, 2 + 2 = 4, which is true no matter what.
Right.
And is it's almost like a self-justifying statement because what's needed to prove that statement or make that statement be true is contained within itself.
Yeah, it's self-evident. It is the evidence of itself. You can demonstrate it.
Yep. So
that's
okay.
the thing. There's the demonstration in the world
Catholic,
for the causal
what was he?
mechanism.
Maybe dumb it down for me. Maybe I'm stupid. What did he mean by the harmony?
Well, if he wasn't able to break it
he was
down,
saying it was in harmony. I don't know.
Oh, I only caught the tail end of the conversation, and it sounded like and I might have missed important context, but it sounded like that there was confusion as far as like what possible worlds meant, where in modal logic and that language system, possible worlds are not like a multiverse in like Marvel multiverse type thing.
I get that.
But yeah, okay, that was it. I just thought that was
when I say prove to me another world, I'm saying that show me another world where this is happening or whatever. But I know it's not a literal another world.
Okay, that's on me then.
No, it's. I think my verbiage makes everyone think I'm saying that.
But all right, like I said, I got a meeting coming up here, but wanted to.
Yeah, you're good, brother. I appreciate you. You're always a good mediator.
So Pensive, are you saying like the material world and the I don't even know, and the mental world, I say, like, I don't know, psychological world has to be in harmony for it to be feasible? It's kind of is that what you're saying?
Well, the point is that it is the causal mechanism being nerve endings. Dude, I'm not granting all these semantics. God,
it doesn't have to be, but the point is that it is. So you're saying it's necessary, that this world is necessary. Is that what you're kind of going for? To be fair, Pensive, you weren't laymaning anything when it's not necessary. Well, I don't think. Well, how does that follow? You're saying it.
He's talking out of his ass, pretty much. It's all precepts. He's presupposing the actual world, a world that God exists in.
It's not necessary.
No, he's not saying it's necessary. I think he's saying that it's the predilection of this deity that it be this way, and that the physical world, or where we find ourselves now, there's too many variations, and the only variation that actually works is the one that God wants it to be. I think that's what he's
still
saying.
no justification for that, as I told him multiple times.
So he's saying that since there is a possibility for other worlds,
yes,
God chose this world.
Yes. Not really.
Not really. I mean, Pensive, can we bring him up just so he can layman it?
I've just been waiting for him to
No,
request.
he was hiding in obfuscation. He was obfuscating every time he was afraid to get pinned down. He's not
Here, Pensive, just layman it real quick, just like simply.
Okay. It's just that there are very large amounts of mappings with those laws, including ones with much simpler psychophysical mappings. Right. The causal mechanism that you gave, right, is not guaranteed in this universe, which just means you can take the mechanism and it be flipped on the valence of the normative. The point is that your hypothesis predicts greater mishaps than mine. So the class...
My hypothesis dictates or is in regards to the actual world we live in. And it is completely accurate. And we are able to demonstrate it and test it and scrutinize it over and over and over and over. That is why we know that nerve endings do what they do. There is no God interfering with that. And you have failed fucking miserably to demonstrate any God at all except for your metaphysical framework that I do not grant at all because there's zero justification.
I mean, Pensive,
can I just ask, can you tell me my argument?
Nope, you just said it. All I know is there's zero justification you provided. There is zero causal mechanism of a God interacting with anything at all. All you're saying is it is possible that it could have been something different. Boo-hoo. It isn't different. It is the way it is. And we have all the evidence in the world, and there's no evidence for a God. You haven't provided any evidence for a God.
This is very confused.
Whatever. Yeah, sure. I'm fucking confused. You haven't provided evidence for a God. So you're confused in what evidence is.
Maybe I'm confused, but like, wouldn't this kind of like fall if, like, let's say the big crunch is real in a way, like where possible, like everything's kind of bound to happen because it's an impossible thing. You know what I mean?
No, right? Look, can I ask you something? Are you familiar with zombies, like philosophical zombies?
There is no fucking. No.
Like philosophical.
Oh
I mean,
my God, dude, you live in metaphysics. Provide me an empirical justification to believe in God.
Yeah, the existence of psychonomic harmony.
Prove that. Demonstrate that. How does God have anything to do with that?
Well, yeah, because if God is value sensitive, then he would create
epistemically justify it. There is no justification there. You're saying if he exists, and if he exists, and if the definition is true, therefore he would have done this.
So,
there is no justification.
The whole point is that he's...
Yeah, I'm 100% confused, and you haven't provided jack shit worth of justification. You are 1,000% confused on epistemology. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. And you're masking it in all these big-ass jargon, and you're still incapable of providing any justification at all, except for if this is true, and if the definition is true, therefore. That is not the world we live in. No, stop.
So you don't know epistemology, great.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
Wait. What's a Bayesian relation?
Dude, you have not
what's
provided...
a Bayesian relation? So you don't know any epistemology.
No, I don't know what that is. A Bayesian relation?
Bayesian relations.
Probability, correct?
No, that's not what a Bayesian relation is.
Then stop laughing like a fucking hyena and explain it.
Well, look, you said that you don't know.
I asked you to fucking explain it. Raising the probability. Something is more likely, right or wrong.
This isn't. Yeah, that's
wrong. Oh my God, fuck yourself sideways, you Philbro bitch. God damn. Ugh.
I'm
Dildos
not
are
gonna lie. I'm pretty
disgusting.
sure his whole argument was based on like potentials, kinda, and how it's possible.
It is possible that there could have been a
It
God.
is possible. Like we
I
grant
have
that it's
no
possible.
justification to believe it. Cool. Bayesian equation. No clue what it is. Wonderful.
Pensive. Like he if we accept that conditional, we can say yes, that is possible. But we don't accept that a conditional because of the lack of evidence. That's the whole point. We do agree that it's a good argument and it is
I
possible.
provided my model demonstration. There's zero justification at all for a God having anything to do with anything. And all you can do is say, if this is true, and if this is possible, and if this definition is true, therefore it could be. I don't give a fuck about could be and possibility. I want justification.
And I think it all falls apart if there's like an eternal universe model, because then there's like
it was a model demonstration.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe I'm flawed. I don't know.
Go fuck yourself too if you guys are just hyenas. Yeah, you guys can't get past any epistemology at all. You have no justifications for your beliefs. All you have is if this is possible, then it's therefore true, and that is not a justification.
Pensive, DM me. I'm pretty sure it is flawed. What are you talking about? Like, how would our world, because if it's eternal, right, has infinite time.
Yeah, it could be possible. There's no justification for it. They haven't
Like-
provided any justifications.
Like the point is that we can replace God with eternal universe and it gets the same results. So it's no reason for us to believe one over the other. That's kind of what we're getting at.
Yeah, you guys don't know epistemology. You couldn't provide one epistemic justification except for if it's possible, therefore it's true. God of the gaps, thank you for being a dumbass.
I got the impression from the chat when I was listening that he was really trying not to commit to too many things.
Oh, 100%.
Because the more you commit to, the easier it is to define and debunk.
Yeah,
Like
Pensive.
he's trying to get into semantics about B theory.
Yeah, and yeah, you can't like subset B theory, especially during a model talk when all models are based on either A or B, no subset really, right? I don't. Maybe there's some subsets, but I don't not mainstream.
How did that conversation
Horribly.
go? Horribly, thought so. He did not understand. Like he
Sure, but
stuck in pure metaphysics.
Pensive, there's no reason for us to believe in C theory. B theory is like
you have to justify these things to be true. Pensive.
We're saying if we grant all your conditionals, yes, we can agree that this is possible, but we would have to grant all the conditionals. That's all we're saying.
It's possible, but you have to justify it as true. And I'm not going to grant possible is necessary. I'm not granting that. Fuck that semantic.
B theory is true.
Russell, your fucking existence is painful. Shut up.
Oh, Russell. You still don't believe in evolution? Oh, you muted him.
Oh yeah, I'm muting all the trolls.
Vincent, just DM me.
Russell isn't a troll. He's completely earnest in his, in his, being a dick. The Bible teaches No, it doesn't.
I think it contradicts quite majorly.
I think it actually goes against evolution, or evolution goes against it.
Cash, seriously.
That's a fun. That's a fun idea, actually. Does the Bible contradict evolution because evolution has always existed, or does evolution contradict the Bible because the idea of evolution has only existed since 1960? When was it? 1860? I'm trying to think when Charles Darwin was it 1865? Which one does it? Does evolution contradict the Bible, or does the Bible contradict evolution? Explains the Big Bang, human genome.
You just call the Bible a science book?
It says rabbits chew cud, Z. Rabbits don't chew cud.
And the sources are anonymous.
Yeah, also explains the Big Bang when explains the human genome? When? Explains quantum mechanics? When?
When they say Big Bang,
So
they're
what's
gonna
needed?
refer to let there be light. That's all it is.
And even then, that's not true because the Big Bang began, and then 300,000 years after the light started happening.
Oh, it wasn't 1,000. It was 200 million.
I thought it was 300,000.
No, there was a great expansion. There's about 200 million years called the Dark Ages, where the universe was too hot to form anything.
Oh shit, that's crazy. Genesis 1. No.
Vibration of the word.
Didn't we like go about how like the voice of God? It wasn't it was caused from CMB radiation. Noah's Ark is the human. Z, I'm inviting you up. I need to hear this.
How can I invite people?
I don't know if you can, but I can.
Okay.
I don't know if you have moderator status enough, like high enough, because I think only me, maybe Ravi, but I don't think he knows how to. And Aaron. Z, how does Noah's Ark explain the human genome?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
How does Noah's Ark explain the human genome?
Yeah. So when it's talking about in the story, everything is metaphorical. Everything in the Bible is not an external events. It is the story,
including Jesus' resurrection, right?
right? Absolutely. Yeah. That's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So so you're talking about the Big Bang. So talking about Genesis 1, it says that it was a hot, dense state. So we know that. Oh, it's
Genesis
not?
1 says the universe does not mention, doesn't say the word universe. Says God created the heavens and the earth. Is that
Well,
not
no,
Genesis 1?
I'm talking about what science says that the Big Bang was
Yes,
started
hot
from a
dense
hot
state.
Right.
And
So
then
what causes
expanded due to dark energy, to my knowledge.
so what causes heat? Because heat is not foundational. It is an emergent.
So when you get a bunch of particles and you smush them together in a super hot dense state with a super amount of density, those particles are going to keep running into each other and heat up.
Right. So also when you're talking about like heating up, you're talking about a vibration. And so what is human language?
Are you saying that God's the heat of the universe that was, producing possibly some amount of sound is God's word?
Right. Yeah. So it's not that. So.
All right, Z. How old is our universe?
I have no idea. I wasn't.
Right, so I don't know why I should trust you if you don't even know the model.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so I'm talking about how sound is fundamental to all things.
Not in space. There's no sound in space.
If you said energy, I'd grant that, but I wouldn't say sound. In fact, there's not a lot of sound at all in the vacuum of space.
There's not a lot of sound anywhere. Sound is a very rare thing to find, I'd say.
Well, I say sound generically, so but it's what I meant.
What do you mean sound generic? There's nothing. The fuck?
Well, so I'm talking about vibration. So there's nothing that exists that is not vibrating. Therefore,
the vacuum of space.
No, there's particles in the vacuum that are vibrating.
There's particles that are, but the vacuum isn't vibrating.
All right.
Sure. Yeah. I'd say everything's vibrating.
Right. So therefore,
to some degree, but like, not everything.
To some degree, yes.
To some degree, sure, but how does this prove God? How does that prove like the voice of God?
Well, so number one, God isn't something that has agency. It's not a he. He doesn't. Ultimately, all that God is a void potential. That is the only thing that it could be. I say it because it's not a he or him or her.
Does God have a goal?
No, God is just simply potential. Yeah, God is simply potential. So yes, he created good and evil per se.
Wait, God is potential. What the fuck does that mean?
Right. So for anything to exist, there must be potential.
Mm-hmm. So you're calling God energy.
Well, so before there is energy, there is the potential.
No, energy can't be created.
Yeah, it can only transform.
Energy is potential. There is nothing
No,
prior.
Another thing, Z.
You can't have potential without energy.
Back to the reason why I invited you up. How does Noah's Ark prove the human genome?
Well, so again, I wasn't saying that it proved the human genome. I was saying that it describes it. So
Dude, what fucking Bible verse says man is made from this and this evolutionary tree? Provide it.
No, it's always interpretation.
Yeah, so the story of Noah's Ark, where it's talking about the two animals and two pairs. So that's talking about the pairs.
Yeah, where the fuck are the penguins? What about the kangaroos?
You know the people. You know how many.
The Ark is 100% debunked.
Yeah, no, he didn't believe in the Ark. He says the two pairs. Dude, you know that there's people with three chromosomes instead of two pairs, right? There's
right.
One pair. You know?
Yeah.
So
well,
that just proves what you said. And like, how does? And also just saying that's just saying X and Y.
Also, the Bible says we're made from fucking dirt. The fuck are you believing the Bible for as a science textbook? It says that the fucking Earth was made before the sun. It says the Earth is flat. It says there's a firmament. It says space is heaven. Metaphorical? Okay, tell me which fucking part of the Bible isn't metaphorical and how you distinct between allegory and literal.
So he doesn't think Jesus rose from the dead, by the way. He doesn't.
Yeah. So all the Bible
Jesus didn't fucking exist. You think Jesus existed is literal? Seriously? You can't tell fucking fantasy from real. So what part of the Bible is scientific? Name it.
Yeah, I mean, so we talked about Genesis 1. We had discussed
not
that.
Scientific, 100% debunked and false. Next.
So you're what part of that are you denying?
All of it. There is absolutely no evidence that a god said jack shit and the sound is not a sound wave from a fucking being. It is due to gravity. It has nothing to do with vocal cords or anything like that. You want to call God gravity and energy? Go for it. That's not the definition of a god. It is not an intelligent, conscious creator of shit.
I gotta go. I'm gonna watch my show.
Have a good one.
Can't deal with this. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I need to go after this, but I have one question for you.
Yes, sir.
Is God unchanging?
Yeah, I mean, there's the potential. There's
okay, so he's unchanging, right?
Correct.
Okay, so was the universe created?
So yeah, I mean, yes.
Yeah, so he went from not creating to creating.
Whoa.
So he changes.
I'm sorry to cut you off of that, but you keep saying he. God is not a he.
In accordance with the Bible, yes, he is. Father, Son, Spirit, all three male. Next. You're cherry picking. Shut up. No, that's allegory. Yeah, you don't know the difference between allegory and literal. You believe in Jesus. You also believe in Genesis. You're an idiot. You're cherry picking the fuck out of the Bible, and the only parts you're agreeing with are those that work with fucking science. You believe in science. You don't believe in the Bible. You want to talk about the Bible? God's a fucking dude. It's a patriarchy. It's a horse shit, full of shit, mythological book. You don't get to pick and choose if you're going to say that the Bible is true.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's your opinion. I mean,
yeah, it is. It's my fact. It's an objective fucking fact proven over and over and over from the 2,000-year-old horseshit mythology. You're cherry picking, not me. You are saying, "Oh, well, that one's allegory." How do I differentiate? I don't fucking know.
The point is that throughout the whole Bible, they refer to him as God, the Father. Fathers are he's. Why would we say it or they? Why wouldn't we call him a he? That's what the Bible wants.
Yeah. So again, it's not. It's so that we can understand it.
Oh, you're cherry picking more. You're cherry picking more. Congrats.
But
fucking...
so I wanted to say that
just believe in science, dude. You believe energy is God. Just believe in science. The Bible is completely fucking fake. You already accept that. You don't believe any of it is true. And anything that is obviously fucking mythological, you're debunking anyway. You don't grant it. So why the fuck do you believe in some supernatural unicorn shitting out the universe when you already agree with science? Just put the fucking book in the fire and accept being an atheist.
Yeah, so again, that's where I draw the line, is that I do accept it, that it's as it is for that on that context, but
you can't even differentiate allegory from literal. No, you don't. Anything that science has debunked in the Bible, which all of the people that wrote and were in the time of the Bible believed it as literal. By the way, you fucking nincompoop. Anything that science has proven wrong,
that,
you're updating and cherry picking. That way you can't be wrong.
So you're saying that the people wrote the Bible, it was all original?
No, it wasn't original.
Did I fucking say that?
Well, that's what
Which
you just
sentence and how long ago did I say it's all original? We don't even know who the authors are, and Jesus is a fucking mythology stolen from many other gods.
Yes, exactly. So,
Not once have I said it's original. You're the one cherry picking.
But you said that the Bible was written by men about that time or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck it
that doesn't mean it's fucking original. It was written 2,000 years ago.
Right. So in the lens of 2,000 years ago, you're saying that it was written from historical events that happened then, but yet there's older.
It's all myths, dude.
manuscripts.
It's a copy and no, there's no original
older
manuscripts left.
Wait. So
There's
Z,
not
you're
even
saying
one.
that- You're saying that since there is older, documentation of this, it's like there's more truth value. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's what I'm saying is that the Bible is a collection of the greatest hits from that point of time that whatever it is, 2,000 years ago. So from Hermeticism, all of those different concepts, and it was blended and merged to one cohesive story.
And then
But
you
it's
just
all-
cherry picked the shit out of it until it agreed with science. That way you could be right, even though it's not right at all.
So how do you know if it's all a blend? If it's a mixing pot, how do you know it's true?
He doesn't.
Well,
It's all
'cause it's the
allegory.
same thing that
Everything that's
it's the same
mythological is
thing that-
allegory.
Oh, sorry. I thought he asked me. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just making fun of you for being an idiot.
Oh yeah. Oh, so I'm the one that's having the fun. Yeah. So how does it Hindu come into that?
Well, Hinduism is like
what the fuck?
1,500 years older than your religion, right? So by that
Yeah.
logic, wouldn't everything be a mixing pot of Hinduism, and Hinduism's the true religion?
Well, no. So again, it's you're breaking it off as that there's.
Oh wait, am I cherry picking?
Religions. No. That's not what I'm saying. So if you think of it this way, you have we'll just say the Bible, and then we'll compare it with Hinduism, and then let's just take witchcraft and tarot.
Don't you dare shit on witchcraft. I will fuck you up.
No. So again, they're all telling the same fucking story.
Wouldn't you be a wizard?
No, actually, witches are gender neutral.
Motherfucker, you're a wizard.
Yada wizard Hattie. I do want to get some new frames that are a lot more like thin and like wiry.
Wait. Unrelated question.
Dad joke.
You said what, Phoenix?
Yeah, that's evidence that he's wants his daily biblical dad joke.
Not yet, brother. We're in a pretty heated argument right now. I'm in a heated argument.
Wait, I have one unrelated topic. Wait, Cody, since you believe in witchcraft, do you think the Salem witch trials were true?
I don't know.
Really? That's
I never
cool.
researched it. Wait,
I've
the
been to
Salem?
Salem.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
I
You
mean,
think?
they happen.
Well, no, not.
Yeah,
no,
they
I mean
happen.
like their claims are true, not
Oh,
necessarily
fuck no.
like.
Well,
Oh, no,
okay, yeah,
there
to a
were-
degree,
there were-
yeah.
There
Because
were no witches. They hurt women.
so, like, for instance, if I can massively affect someone's life by giving them a charm bag and putting specific ingredients in it to nocebo them into making their own day good or bad. So there are things like that have happened throughout all of history, 100%. But no, that was just pure patriarchy. Women can read. We can't allow that. They're better than us. We can't allow them to rise up.
Z, that was Christians, by the way, that did that. Just letting you know.
Yeah, disgusting, filthy, fucking pagan stealing douches. I love Christianity, if you can't tell.
So why are you holding back so much, man? say. Go ahead and say it with your full chest.
I love you, Phoenix.
All right, evidence. I'm gonna go get some food,
Damn
and
it.
I'm also gonna read into that pensive guy's argument.
Yeah, I texted him to send me it as well.
because
Yeah,
I
got
think
it,
there
cool.
was some truth to that.
It's not
but
even
he-
published.
No, but it's a presupposed like journey. But I'll grant it and
Yeah,
see if it's even
we'll
valid.
get together and see what we think about that. I'm gonna read it tonight too.
All right, bub.
Hell yeah.
Z, are you a Christian?
Sorry, were you talking to me?
I am. Z, right? Are you a
Yeah,
Christian?
yeah. No, absolutely not.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
No.
So you're like a pantheist or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, basically,
That's what I've been saying. You claimed to be a Christian when you first came up here, though, didn't you?
No.
So you don't believe that we need
Why
to
the
be
fuck were
saved
we
from our
arguing?
sins?
Why were we
I
arguing
don't
the
know.
Bible?
I don't know.
What the fuck?
That's why I was laughing.
So we were in agreement this whole time, and I'm just sitting here arguing with the fucking mirror.
I guess I don't know.
Well, fuck me then.
So there's no hell, right? You don't believe in hell, right?
Why not in that? It's not a place you go. I mean, it's a state of mind, maybe consciousness.
That's fair.
When we pass, we have no more consciousness, so it's really nothing.
Right? Yeah, you return to source, so it's reincarnation. But see, I feel that if you read the Bible from the lens of it's a story of you and you were the only character, that David and Goliath aren't two people that fought each other. That's your higher mind versus your lower mind, right? So when they said women, you don't need to talk in church, it's not talking about women didn't have the right to talk in church. It's talking about that feminine archetype of that energy archetype doesn't need to be present in the when decisions are being made because it will cloud the judgment. So it's not even
the church fathers, early church fathers of Christianity had at length discussions about this, and they kept their notes, and they most certainly believe these things. It's not metaphorical as you'd like to say.
By
It's
the way,
quite literal.
can I pause? Z, I apologize for being such a douche. I didn't realize I'm sorry.
You're good, man. No worries. No worries. It's all for entertainment purposes, right?
No, this is legitimately me.
Yeah. I mean, so yeah. I think I'm the exception to the rule is the best way I can describe it. I feel that the Bible is true. I feel that religion is a lie. The religion is the lie that they weaponize the Bible with. When you take away religion and all the bullshit and you're going to die and go to hell and you need to go and pray to Sky Daddy and all that's bullshit. When you do that, when you remove all that shit, then it's not necessarily, I know I was accused of cherry picking, but that's when it falls into place with science.
Well, now the
So
cherry picking
I don't
makes sense. I don't
understand
think you were cherry
the
picking.
statement that the Bible is true. Then I don't understand the statement the Bible is true.
Well, so if it's a story of the self, then it must be true, right? Because it can only show you yourself.
Oh, you're taking
Now,
it as an archetype reading.
right? That's all that it is. That's all that it is.
That makes so much more sense.
So, Christian's favorite atheist, Bart Ehrman, gave a lecture on Paul versus Jesus, and their messages were quite different, and that's the conclusion he came to. So to say that it's true or there's a single archetype in the Bible, that doesn't make sense.
Well, so to me, the way I perceive it is Jesus is our own subconscious mind. So that means your subconscious mind in the book framing of in the Bible is Jesus. My subconscious mind is Jesus. So that's why you have to go through Jesus to get to the quote unquote Father, which is the collective consciousness. So it is on some woo-woo type of shit. I'll grant that. But
why do you grant woo-woo?
Well, I'm just saying as far as the way I described it there. But I feel that that's what they're describing. And that's when it's getting into defining the mind. But obviously all these scientific terms didn't exist then. This is just all they had to do was play archetypes to try to make it make sense.
Like, I grant go for it. Sorry.
If I were to select, I guess, a religious philosophy, it would have to be Buddhism. Only because it's concise, it's orderly, and it's not confusing and metaphorical like Christianity. You're making a bespoke religion, and all Christians do it, by the way. But you're making more of a bespoke religion out of Christianity and the Bible than most Christians do. They at least follow some kind of church doctrine. You have your own doctrine. But if you want like something pantheistic or a moral philosophy, go with Buddhism.
Yeah, no, Buddhism is interesting. The whole Taoism concepts. I mean, all of it. Again, I view it. I can't view the manuscripts on it and not hear the same story. Now, does that mean that I'm right? Absolutely fucking not. Please go make your own, you know what I mean, assessment and judgments and form your own opinions. That's what the purpose of it is for you to define what it means to you. So to me, it just blows my mind that people are out here, you know, that are of different religions. They're like, oh, well, these people are because I believe, which lets you know, red flag right there. It's complete bullshit.
Here's where I grant supernatural ideals and whatnot. So when we look at phenomenology and teleology, if we do something and have an outcome from it, that is true. The experience is real. But the problem is when you label it as caused by some supernatural event is when we have a problem. Like, I practice things that are considered highly supernatural, but I ground it purely in the natural world with causal mechanisms for it. Like my witchcraft, for instance, is all completely psychological. There's no, so the experiences are true, but they don't validate the cause being some deity or supernatural universal consciousness thing.
So I heard an argument today on another live, and Christians like to bring it up as an apologetic that Christianity must be true because it goes against
You
our
know,
human nature.
you know, you put somebody's name in the refrigerator and freeze it and all that stuff. You know, they're talking about quantum mechanics and quantum entanglement.
It's 100% psychological. There's something called the nocebo effect. Do you know what the placebo is?
Yes.
You could do the placebo to other people. So when you do something like the putting a name in a freezer, you're not doing any quantum entanglement bullshit. Like, you don't understand what quantum entanglement is. So what you're doing is your own psychological restructuring and priming of your own mind. And then when you see that person again, you're going to act different. You're going to have slight variations in the way that you would normally talk. They're going to pick up on the quote unquote energy, the vibes that you're giving off. They're going to pick up on it and think something is wrong with them. And then they're going to placebo themselves into fucking themselves over.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, I won't disagree. I mean, with your methodology because it ends with the same result.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The experience is real, but the cause being some quantum horseshit is not true. And the cause being some metaphysical unicorn is not true. The cause is always natural. We live in a natural world. There's no such thing as supernatural. If supernatural existed, it wouldn't be called supernatural. It would be called natural, and there'd be causal mechanisms.
Yeah, I won't disagree. I don't disagree with that. That makes sense to me. It's logical.
And that's where Hinduism and Buddhism get shit so fucking correct, is they're not necessarily invoking deities and spirits into this stuff. They took all of the information of cause and effect, right? If I meditate for 13 hours a day, I arise, whatever you call it, elevate, right? That is true in psychology. So they're adding their philosophy and their verbiage for the explanation into very natural, true things. Like, there's no such thing as chakra, but you can realign and recalibrate yourself.
Yeah, so it's basically different cultures throughout time's collection of explaining natural processes.
Yeah, 100%. The only problem is the religion when you add in actual supernatural things. That's where the problem is.
Yes. Yep. But see, that's where the disconnect is because people fear it because they don't know who they are, which is the entire purpose of all these religions, is for you to identify who you are as a person. And because they don't know who they are, then they must latch on to a skydaddy or, something supernatural. And
I definitely grant that it's coping, for sure.
I mean, that's the only way I would see it.
Yeah, I definitely grant that. Oh, you have a good one, Dilemma. Appreciate you, brother. I love having you up every time.
But it's been a cool talk. Appreciate you having me up.
I appreciate you handling my horse shit. You're a legend.
You're good. Oh, you're good, man. Have a good night.
You as well. All right, Phoenix, give us the dad joke.
All right. Well, first of all, you know me. I'm one of those pesky Christians. I'm just not a dick about it.
You're good. I appreciate you.
All right. So, how well do you know the Bible?
Decently.
Okay. So, what are the 2 favorite songs of Nehemiah?
No clue.
Well, number 1 is Pink Floyd's The Wall, because he built the wall around Jerusalem. And there's also, We Built This City.
Ah, that one hurt my non-existent soul. Ah. That was good. That was good, Grandpa.
And by the way, those are 2 that I made up.
That's pretty fair. I'm impressed.
So, do you want me to let you know when my book comes out?
Of course.
Okay. I mean, that way you can torture people.
We have you up to do that already.
True. But the thing is I was listening to the other guests, and if you're cool with it, I'd like to discuss it a little bit.
Sure, if you're ready for that side of me.
Well,
you haven't had me in the offensive spot yet.
No, and the thing is my goal is not to go ahead and try and lord over you, because that's stupid.
I do want to point out, guys, I am able to be friends with Christians, okay? Me and Phoenix are cool.
Example. Yeah. At least so far. No, so I know what my beliefs are, okay? And they work for me. What I will say is, like, if someone asks me what I do that's different, I will share that with them. My goal is not to go ahead and beat people over the head with my Bible and say, you must do this. Because, quite frankly, that's going to get as bad as many conversions as going on trying to sell fire insurance for hell. And that just, it's asininely stupid that people do that.
I get the perspective of believing so hard that there is a hell that you want to save people's lives to a degree that when I was Christian, I didn't give a fuck if it offended someone or not. I was adamant as hell. I was a douche. I was like, oh man, I was hellfire and brimstone, 100%. I was a douche.
So kind of like now.
Yes, 100%. My personality still exists 1,000%. Just now I have a lot more facts and evidence to be able to back up my arrogance.
I'm sorry, man. I couldn't resist.
It's a fact. I know I'm a douche.
Actually, when you're not actively going off on someone, you seem pretty damn genuine.
Oh man, yeah, no, wholeheartedly. I don't care if you're actually religious or not. It's just like, if we're in a debate talking about facts, the feelings go out the window. If we're actually talking as friends, oh fuck yeah, I can grant so much bullshit.
Okay. Well, I mean, you granted my dad joke, so that's pretty good.
Not against my will. No, against my will. Yeah, there we go.
No, because I asked.
That is true. I did give consent. Fair point. I've officially lost a debate, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I just lost hella hardcore to Phoenix. He just made me concede.
To a Christian.
Well, I appreciate you being up here, brother.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, you have a good one, man.
Hey, just one quick thing. I know you don't believe in it.
Oh boy.
If at some point you would like someone to pray for you, I'm willing to.
I
I'm
have
not
nothing
gonna.
against people praying for me. Like, I'm not gonna sit here while you pray for me.
No, I do prayers in my own time.
Absolutely, go for it, man. If the prayers work out and I become a trillionaire overnight, fuck yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go for like I mean billionaire. Let's not get greedy.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, man. Have a good day.
You as well. That was awesome. I love Phoenix. Phoenix is dope. Thank you, Goth. I am a little spicy. A little firecracker. I know it. That's like, it's like towards the end of the streams, those of you guys that stick around, you see me interact when I'm not in this like debate mindset, right? And even then, I so often can concede. I know I'm an idiot. I know I'm ignorant in philosophy. I know I'm fucking stupid. But when it's brought up to me and I say, why should I grant what you're saying? And there's no capability. If someone's incapable of doing it, I'm not going to grant what you're saying. And I'm going to say that over and over and over. And if it gets circular to where that's all we're doing is I don't grant that, I don't grant that, I don't grant that, then we need to agree to disagree, or I'm going to go off on you because it's just fucking obnoxious. Like the gentleman that was going over the Bayesian, whatever the fuck that is, and Bayesian. Why should I grant that just because it could have been different in this world, that means that there is a God? And he didn't go in depth on that at all. And then also, I provided a very sound, of which he did not disagree with, explanation for pain through the nerve endings. I provided an exact causal mechanism, and he didn't even deny it. He just pivoted to stating the fact that I'm not granting that it could have been different, that I'm wrong. That is stupid, and I'm going to call you out for it being stupid. If I am wrong, I'm fucking wrong. I'll admit it. I'll be the first to admit it. I know I'm an idiot. Call me an idiot and prove that I'm an idiot. Fuck yeah. All right, we have... Yes, I have you in the... Yep, we got DeBito. 40 minutes waiting. Holy shit. Hey, how's it going, DeBito? You are open and unmuted. You are all good. But I cannot hear you. Hello? And I have to drop you if you don't come back. I've never seen Rain Man, no. All right, sorry, DeBito. Hopefully we can get... Oh, you there? No? All right, hopefully we can get you tomorrow. I'm going to go on ahead and end stream. I was only planning on streaming for 2 hours, and I'm on 3. And I still want to read my book. So I'm going to head out and enjoy the rest of the evening that we have. So appreciate you all for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Also, check out the story times that I've got up on the YouTube. I'm going to start posting quite a few of those because people always ask about my experiences and whatnot as a Christian. So I figure I'll give those stories. You guys all have a good night. Love you all. YouTube, of course. You are the favorite child. You guys have a good night.